What's up, everybody? It's Chronofahx, your time traveling Kitsune, and welcome to Pokemon Colosseum. Actually, my first playthrough of this game. Hope you're all having a good day, and if not, I hope it can make it just a little better. So, yeah, Xenoblade 2 stuff, that's gonna be waiting until the end of July for the Switch 2 edition, and plus, I kinda need a little bit of a break from Xenoblade stuff, so might as well jump into something that's a little lighter, but still can be kind of fun to kind of take care of. Can still be fun to play through. So, yeah, this is Pokemon Colosseum. If you're not in the know, this is a game that actually was kind of a first for the Pokemon series. It was the first like full-on RPG that was on a console. And then it was also very different from the other Pokemon games. Unlike the others, which usually has you going through defeating gym leaders, eventually defeating the Elite Four, this one kind of plays it a lot differently compared to the usual. So, excited to jump into this, and I guess we don't need to dawdle anymore. Let's just go into it. Pokemon Colosseum. Okay, so gonna do story mode, new game. Will this playthrough be pure, or will you abuse the most broken glitch in the game? Are you referring to the one about the Pokeballs and how you can basically infinite use a Pokeball? Because I know about, even though this will be my first ever playthrough, I do know about certain glitches, and I do have an idea about what the Pokemon I'm going to be getting are. I'm going to try and do this as a pure playthrough. Anyways, let's jump into this, and I'll go with the default name for this guy. I'm going to go with Wes. Plans to play Fire Red Elite Green on Switch? Maybe? I do eventually want to try and play all the different Pokemon games. Maybe do a Nuzlocke run or two, especially with the Kanto games and maybe even the Hoenn games, since I am extremely familiar with those, but yeah. Use to save the Master Ball for the glitch if you decide to catch and purify all the Shadow Pokemon in the game. It'll make the process easier. Yeah, probably will. Alright, so I have control over this guy, and really quick, I want to take a look at our two starters, see what kind of natures they have, and just gotta see what we're dealing with. Alright, my Umbreon has a quirky nature. I don't remember what that is off the top of my head. So yeah, Bite, Secret Power, Taunt, and Snatch. Not the best moveset in the world, but then again, Umbreon is kind of locked out of his best moves in Colosseum, so I guess that kind of adds up. And as for our Espeon, Lonely Nature. Yeah, I don't remember what that is off the top of my head. Okay, Confusion, Return, Reflect, Helping Hand. This Espeon is at least a little better than Umbreon in this regard. Okay. Alright. I guess we'll head into this little train. There's something squirming in this. If I pretend that I didn't see anything, will you guys? Ah, we sure picked out, eh? Love chowing down after our job. Adds to the flavor, I swear. Yeah, and we backed ourselves a great big catch, too. Boss will be sure to fix us up good with big rewards, too. It doesn't get any better than this. Lonely is a plus attack minus defense, quirky is a neutral. So Espeon is not exactly the best, but then again, a plus attack nature would mean that Shadow Ball would at least hit harder as well as return, so that's at least something. And quirky being neutral, I guess that's okay for an Umbreon. Alright, let's go in. Authorities have made a stunning announcement on the mysterious building that exploded in Eclo Canyon. It was Team Snagum's hideout. Team Snagum is a gang of Pokemon abductors who have already been marked for arrest. With Shadow Ball, you want... Okay, so here's the thing. Pokemon Colosseum came out before the physical special split happened. That happened in Generation 4. This is Generation 3, so all types of moves are locked to being physical or special no matter what. So Ghost is always considered a physical move. It's always considered physical in this game. That's the thing. Team Snagum is a gang of Pokemon abductors who have already been marked for arrest. The hideout was discovered only as a result of the explosion. By the time police arrived, the ruined building had already been abandoned. The cause of the explosion is under investigation. It should become apparent eventually. So to talk to a couple of these guys, can I talk to you? Thank you. Hey, do you know about Team Snagum? I actually do. Not only because, again, I have watched the playthrough or two of Colosseum, but also I have played this game's sequel, XD to Gale of Darkness. Which, can I say how weird it is that I have a very consistent thing about playing the sequels before I play the originals? Because it happened with Xenoblade, it happened with XD, it happened with Pokemon Black and White, it's happened with Earthbound, it's happened with a lot of different games where I've just played the sequel before I ever played the original. It's a weirdly consistent thing. And heck, it doesn't even have to be the second game in the series. I played Batman Arkham Knight before I played Asylum, City, and Origins. So I don't know what it is about me that's really that's consistent about that. You're a Pokemon trainer too, aren't you? I am. I can tell, and you're good. I can see it in your eyes. I bet your Pokemon are impressive too. If the opportunity ever arises, I'd like to have a battle with you. Though I doubt I have any chance to get beating you. Yo, wait up. Changed your mind at the last second, did you? Hey, my name is Willie. After I got a good look at you, well, I got this urge to battle you. It's like I'm compelled to. Anyway, I look at it, it's obvious you're no ordinary Joe. So what do you say? Let's you and me have a quick battle. Yeah, sure, why not? Yeah, that's the spirit. All right. Over here, this way. Yeah, I'm burning now. I'm on fire. I'm throttle time. Vroom, let's roll. Ryder Willie like to fight. Sends out 2 Zigzagoons, okay. And then I send out my Umbreon and Espeon. Alright, so I think what I want to do first is I'm going to bite one of the Zigzagoons, and then I'm going to open up with a Reflect with Espeon. Alright. Fight the Zigzagoon. How much damage is that gonna? Wow! I'm impressed. Umbreon has pretty low offensive stats, so that's actually kind of impressive to nearly one-shot a Zigzagoon like that. Pretty impressive. And yeah, while I'm on that thought, I might as well talk about something that's gonna be kind of a thing going forward. So when I played my last Pokemon project with Pokemon Black and White, I did give slight bios to the Pokemon, but it was only for team members and legendary Pokemon. And that was just mostly because I wanted to justify my reasons for picking certain team members, as well as I didn't want to go over every single Pokemon because there's 150 of those in Black and White. I didn't want to have like 90% of my streams just be bios. But because Colosseum has only like 30 obtainable Pokemon total, and they're pretty spaced out in terms of how you obtain them, I think... Well, Dark is special. What is Umbreon's special attack? Let me take a look, actually. Let's see, where are your stats at? Oh, there it is. Special attack is 43 versus Umbreon, which is 74. Alright. Anyways, so with that, I think I can feel a little bit more justified in going over these different Pokemon and talking about how good they are in battle, especially considering that Colosseum is very different, because every battle in this game is a double battle. So you have to think about these Pokemon in a different way compared to normal. As well as the fact that there are limited options in TMs as well, so you're not going to have every tool available to you under normal circumstances. So, going into each of the team members. First is Umbreon, and Umbreon is a tanky Pokemon. It's very slow, and it doesn't have strong offenses, but it does have very good defenses, as well as a type that does offer a lot of nice resistances and a nice immunity to Psychic. And Synchronize is actually a pretty useful ability as well, being able to pass on any status condition that is inflicted on it back onto the opponent, which can come in handy more than you may think. But the main downside with Umbreon is that it doesn't have as many of the tools that later games have that make it really great. Like, it doesn't really have access to Baton Pass and any buffing moves like Bulk Up or Calm Mind. So it doesn't have that going for it. And also, literally the strongest offensive Dark-type move it learns is Bite and Feint Attack, which are both 60 power. So it's kind of low when it comes to doing Dark-type damage. And Foul Play doesn't exist in this generation, which especially sucks. So but Umbreon still has a very good use. Because every battle in this game is a double battle, and that means that a lot of tankier Pokemon actually have a bit more use to them. They actually come in handy a lot more often. In fact, probably the entire team that I'm going to be using for Colosseum probably going to consist of more tanky Pokemon than I'm probably used to, because I usually like going for more faster, aggressive Pokemon, personally. So yeah, Umbreon, while it's not up to its full potential, I still say it's a pretty handy starter, and I'm glad to have it on the team. Yeah, you're tough, real tough. You did a real number on us. Hey, I know. Why don't you test your skills at FedEx City? It's west out of here. You'll find traders who are way better than me there. You should go there and get some battling in. Alright, we have our next goal, and let's see, there's a gas pump, and it's my... Okay, I guess I just need to exit the map. I thought I would have to approach my bike, but nope. Alright, so we were just at Outskirts Stand, so we need to go to FedEx City. And I love seeing Espeon and Umbreon just in the little side carts. That's actually kind of cute. And oh yeah, about Espeon, I'll go over him once we get into another battle. Hey, what are you doing? Get a grip, man. Yeah, you say that, but it won't stop squirming. It makes it tough to hold on. Okay, settle down in there. Just be quiet for a little longer. Help! Someone let me out! Kidnappers! Tape didn't keep her yap shut. This game is very weird. Hey, quit your shouting! Oh, drat, did that punk there hear all that? Why don't just plop it down? Since you overheard this, we don't have any choice. Blame it on your own bad luck. Shady guy fully like the battle. Sends out 2 Whismers, so again, pretty easy Pokemon to take out. Alright, send out Umbreon and Espeon. And yeah, let's go ahead and go over Espeon. Espeon, unlike Umbreon, is not tanky, but rather a fast, hard-hitting special attacker. In fact, I like to call Espeon kind of the poor man's Alakazam, having a very similar stat distribution, but just having lower stats overall. But Espeon does make up for it in having good support moves like Reflected Light Screen to help out with the party. And even though tankier Pokemon have more value in Colosseum, speedy sweepers are still really, really dang good, and Espeon is probably one of the best in the business in terms of this game. And also, I just have a personal soft spot for Espeon because being as blunt as possible, Espeon is my favorite Pokemon of all time. I love its design, I love the color schemes on it, and it's just an overall really great Pokemon. Like, I used one on my first playthrough of Pokemon Heart Gold, and it ended up being one of my best team members. And keep in mind, this was a team where I used Tyranitar and Gyarados. So, yeah, I love this thing, and I am so happy it's one of my starters. Alright, one shot to Winspur. Because Winspur is a joke. Umbreon grew to level 27. Okay. Espeon are gonna follow behind. Nope. Dang it. Right. Defeated Shady Guy Folly. God, you're tougher than you look. Got 500 $. For winning. You took out my Whismur. You're no ordinary trainer, are you? Huh? Wait a sec. The face. Might you be Team Snaggums? What's going on out here? Somebody. Robbers! They're robbers! You be quiet. We're not robbers. We're kidnappers. Get it? Kidnappers. I love these two idiots so much. What, you think, Matt? Don't shoot off your mouth. Don't get all happy just on account of winning this once. The next time we meet, I'll trash you, your Pokemon at all. Oh, yuck. There's someone... Are you calling whoever's in that bag disgusting? Yeah, this is tied good and tight. Can you believe those people? What a horrible thing to do. Sack's mouth is firmly closed with a tightly knot rope. Undo do not... Nah, no thank you. I'm gonna leave. Please, we need your help. Oh, fine. Fine. Wes tugged hard on the tightly knotted rope, knot gradually loosened. Wes undid the knot, keeping the sack's mouth closed. Whew, thank goodness I'm saved. Where is this? Where did those two bring me? This is Fenax City, the opulent city of water. This person saved you from those thugs. The way he battled those goons, it was truly superb. I wish you could have seen it. Oh, is that so? Thank you, and, you are... Oh, so your name Wes. I am... Again, I'm just gonna go with the default name, so Rui. My name's Rui. I'm sure glad I met you. I was in the neighboring town when those two grabbed me. Oh, those guys, did they use a peculiar Pokemon? A peculiar Pokemon? No, they looked ordinary to me. What do you mean by peculiar Pokemon? Oh, no, that's fine then. Well, it's easy to see something's on your mind. You should go see our mayor for his advice. He's a very kindly person. I'm sure he'll be able to help you out somehow. Mayor's house is near the Fountain Square past here. Go up the stairs from the square, and it's on your left. The mayor? Yes, that's true. The mayor might know something. Hey, Wes, I know I'm imposing, but I don't have anyone else that I can turn to. Please, can I get you to escort me for a while? Sure. Thank you, Wes. I thought you might say that. If you're with me, Wes, it won't matter if those guys come back again. Thank you. Thanks for joining me for a while. Rui became a partner. So yeah, we got a partner that just kind of follows around the whole game, and the moment when you realize they made a human party member follow you better than any of the walkable Pokemon in Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. And this game came out like 20 years before that game did. That's just sad. Okay, real quick, I just want to heal up Espeon and Umbreon. Alright, let's take a look at the PC, because I want to see. Okay, Pokemon storage, item storage, and I can only save at the PC. A bit inconvenient, but I think it's fine. Alright, take a stop at the shop. See what you got for sale. See, potions, super potions, antidotes, all the usual healing stuff. I already come with a couple of these items already, so that's nice. What do you say, little girl? I don't have a Pokemon of my own yet, but I come here every day. They have all sorts of Pokemon merchandise here. It's fun to just look, even. And what about you? What do you say? If your Pokemon's hurt and weakened, you should use a potion on it. Every trainer should be carrying at least a potion or two. It's not as if there's always going to be a Pokemon Center when you need one. That's why a potion comes in handy. And also, I could just kind of see underneath your dress, but your feet are huge. Like, look at those things. Those are really big feet. Oh my gosh. Alright. Let's go upstairs and see about anything new. Antidote, yeah. I already know this. I've been playing Pokemon since I was like 10. There are no wild Pokemon around these parts. Alright, that is actually one of the first things that is majorly different from Pokemon Colosseum. Unlike other Pokemon games where you can kind of go out in the wild and catch whatever you want, here you can only catch very certain trainers' Pokemon, and well, you only get one for the most part, you only get one opportunity during the main story to catch them. So already it kind of makes this game really difficult. In fact, anybody who wants a slightly harder Pokemon game, usually people like to recommend Colosseum because it is significantly harder than your average Pokemon game in that regard. Because you're limited with the amount of Pokemon you can get, and what kinds there are, and the fact that it's kind of difficult to catch them in this game. Alright, so just kind of want to walk around a little bit, see what else there was. So let's go up and let's go and talk to the mayor. I'll explore that building later. I guess you're a traveling trainer. I like what I see in your expression. I have a feeling I may see you again somewhere. Because that guy isn't suspicious at all. Did you see that man's eyes? They're so cutting and cold. Look at me. It's not cold, but I'm covered in goose pimples. Ugh. Alright. Oh my gosh, Dr. Robotnik, I didn't know you turned a good leaf. Turned over a good leaf. Ah, you must be travelers. Welcome to Phoenix City. I am SK, the mayor. Now, you wanted to see me. Is there something I may be able to assist you with? What may I do for you, for a pretty young lady like you? I saw it. Saw it? And what did you see? I saw a peculiar Pokemon. No, it's not quite right. What I saw was a Pokemon that gave off a black aura. It was like a fighting machine, and that Pokemon would attack people. Oh my! Pokemon like a fighting machine, and it attacks people? Now, if that were true, it would be truly frightening. However, it is a little hard to believe. It's true, Mr. Mayor. Because I saw that Pokemon, I was made the prisoner of some frightening men until just a little while ago. I see. I understand. I will order an investigation at once. You will? Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Oh, no. There is no need for thanks. We mustn't allow thugs to do as they wish, especially thugs that endanger a pretty young lady like you. I'll ask that you give me a little time on this matter. I promise we will get some useful information for you. Oh, yes. You appear to be Pokemon trainers yourselves. If so, I urge you to visit our city's pride and joy, our Pokemon Stadium. It's a breathtakingly beautiful stadium befitting our Oasis City. Do you say anything else? Alright. So you don't really say anything else. Okay. What if we go upstairs? Talk to you. Oh, hi, aren't you a cute guy? Must be nice to travel with a cute girlfriend. And see this kind of off-looking kimono on his bed. All right. Let's go back down and let's visit that stadium that he was talking about. So I think for that, I need to go up north. And let's see, there's a guy with a Jigglypuff. Hi, did you know? Yes. Did you know? No. They say that Team Snagum's hideout was blown up. Who could have done such a thing? Yeah, I wouldn't know anything about that. I definitely wouldn't know anything about that. Welcome to FedEx Stadium. This is where we register trainers for challenges. However, the current challenge has already started, so we are no longer accepting trainers for... Then why did the game tell me to visit this place? Jeez. Hey, Wes, we finally found you, you filthy double-crossing traitor. I reckon the hideout wasn't good enough for you, so you rip off the snack machine? You got some nerve. Who are these people? Huh? Are they Team Snagum? And what do they mean by traitor? Wes, you mean... That's right, pretty lady. He's from Team Snagum, just like us. But he's no ordinary member. He's a snagger. He's the best in Team Snagum at snagging Pokemon without fail. No way. Is that true, Wes? No. Oh, you gritted your teeth, didn't you? Didn't you? Then it must be true. That's a little shocking. Hey, Wes, come on, hand it over. Get back the snack machine you ripped off from the hideout. Snack machine? Wes, do you really have something like that? No. Snack machine's built for trainers. When a trainer puts a snack machine on, their Pokeballs are converted. Ordinary Pokeballs are turned into snack balls that can steal Pokemon from their trainers in battle. Hey, you blabbermouth, keep that stuff secret. I get it, Wes. That's why these creeps are chasing after you. Creeps? What do you mean by creeps? God, this is getting us nowhere. If you won't give it up willingly, we'll take it by force. Team Snagum Wacken? I don't know. So far, a lot of these trainers have had really weird names. All right. And hooray, we're not just fighting weak normal types. We're actually getting into actually decent Pokemon. All right, so let me bite the Corphish and confusion on the coughing. This should one-shot it. Coughing, even though it's a great physical wall, it's not so much a great special wall. Yep, there we go. And I don't know how good this bite will do against Well, almost took it out in one hit. Vice Grip, that's probably not going to do a whole lot. Yeah, that did like nothing. Vice Grip's a pretty weak move. Alright, bite and return on Corphish. Alright, Corphish fainted. And yay, Espeon is level 26 now. No, I'm not good enough. Like, it took a little bit for it to scroll through. I was mashing A there for a second. Blast you, Wes. Don't think this is over. We're gonna get that snack machine back. Just you wait. Well, what do you know, Wes? So you're from Team Snagum. All right, to be accurate, I should say former Team Snagum. It's okay, Wes. Doesn't matter to me who you are. After all, you're my gallant prince who rescued me when I was in trouble. So it doesn't matter. Besides, I thought of something after listening to those creeps. Listen, Wes, we should go shopping for some Pokeballs. Alright, I don't think they're going to be selling any Pokeballs in FedEx City, so... But I guess it's worth a shot, at least. Seeing it. And also this leads into another thing that I actually really like that's different from the usual Pokemon fare. And that you're basically playing as an ex-bad guy member. You almost never see that kind of thing in the series. And it's kind of cool that they actually included that in this game. That you play as basically an ex-bad guy. And also, I just love Wes's design, too. It's a really cool design. You can tell that he was once a bad guy, but it's also really slick and cool. I dig it. I was at the Pokemart. They didn't have balls there. Right, I guess we need to go up? You walked right in front of me. I thought you would have something to say to me, but nope. Right. Do you sell... No, you just sell X items. There's nothing here, Rui. Can I talk to you? Do I talk to you? No one sells Pokeballs around these parts. That's common knowledge. The guy that runs the outskirts stands used to sell them before, but you had to keep that a secret. Okay, will that trigger and actually allow me to actually go and buy? Alright, and I think, oh, there's an item up there, so let me try and shift around and see if I can actually get to that, because I would very much like to get items. I'm not gonna go for a full 100%, but I might as well try and grab as many items as possible. Found 3 super potions, not bad, not bad. And Rui, you're slowing me down by blocking my path. And I think, yeah, I can just exit out the west gate. And, oh, Umbreon and Espeon seat is taken. And if it's up to you, I'm pretty sure you'll fight us again, right? It looks like they're from T... Okay, so you don't fight us again. Okay. And talk to the shopkeep. If you're intending to travel some more, you might want to stock up on supplies here. Hey, can I ask you something? Don't you sell any Pokeballs? Huh? Pokeballs, you say? There's no call for these things around these parts. Where did I put them? Oh yeah, here they are. A little dusty, I'm afraid, but otherwise perfectly usable. Here, take these. I'll let you have them for free. Take 5 free Pokeballs. Well, since I found them, I may as well just put them out with the rest of my merchandise. If you need more, well, how about buying them for me? Okay, so you can buy regular Pokeballs, but I probably want to buy some Great Balls. Considering we're starting with, like, level 25 stuff, I'm assuming that Pokeballs aren't going to be as effective as they usually are in the early game. So I'll buy 10 Great Balls. That sounds good to me. Alright, let's go out. And I think I need to head back to Fedax City from here. I mean, it's pretty much the only other place I can go, anyway. Oh, it's you two. Something terrible's happening. A whole lot of scary men came here. I think I even saw those 2 creeps who took off in the truck earlier. Before anything else, I should probably go and save just in case. Because I have a feeling I'm probably going to be doing my first snagging, so I definitely don't want to fail at catching anything. Alright. Out and... Let's see, where might the team snagging be? Well, there's at least one guy over there. Or... Oh, no, he's not a team snacker. I'm sorry, dude. I thought you were a team snacker for a second. Sorry. Yeah, where might they be? Maybe they're in that central building? Kid, why are you just staring at a wall like that? You okay? Oh, they just, okay, they're in the mayor's house. Okay. Let's go in. Look at that glorious hair! Master Mirror, it's him. He is the one that took the girl from us. Oh, now aren't you boys frightfully pathetic? You mean to tell me they were bested by these darling infants? Darling, did you say your name was Wes or something? I so don't like saying this, but we're not at liberty to keep your lady friend at liberty. That sweet young thing, she can see things that ordinary people aren't supposed to see. That just will not do for what we're planning to do. No, that just won't do at all. If you don't like pain, like most people, so you can avoid the pain by keeping your nose out of places it need to be. Boys, oh boys! Yes, we will. Boys, I shall make my return to pirate now. Do remember that I'll be waiting for you to return to the little lady. With the little lady. Am I making myself clear? I won't accept failure from you again, boys. Let the music spin. Let's get it on. Mirby is a treat. I love him so much. You. Last time you caught me off guard. That's not gonna happen again. Mirby Peon Folly. Sends out Whismer and Lotad. And send them out. And okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bite Whismer and I'm gonna use Confusion on Lotad. Because Lotad is way bulkier than Whismer is. So yeah, it took a hit from my Confusion pretty well. Alright, so you're using Absorb. On who? Umbreon? Okay, that's fine. If you're just attacking Umbreon, that's cool with me. That's fine by me. Okay, using Astonish. Weird that you didn't target Espeon on that one. Alright. So, gonna bite Whismer again and Confusion on Lotad. That. And Lotad faded. Alright. Bite the Whismer. Also, how does Whisper see out of its eyes? I get it's supposed to be more of a hearing Pokemon and it eventually becomes something that's based off of, and that is a family of Pokemon that's based entirely off of sound, but still, how does it see anything? My turn now. I'm not gonna end up like Folly. Mirby Peon Trudley. Trudley! Okay. Sends out Duskull and Spinarak. Duskull's actually a pretty good choice there, I have to say. Big fan of that family. Of that particular Pokemon. Okay. So I'm gonna bite Duskull and I'm gonna use Confusion on a Spinarak. Both are super effective, so this should work out. Yep. Down goes Spinarak. Alright, and I'm just gonna assume Duskull's gonna survive this because Duskull is bulky as heck. So. Oh, here we go. Wes, it's that one, that Pokemon. Those jerks captured me because I saw that Pokemon. I can see a black aura coming from it. They must have done something to that Pokemon. Wes, be careful. This Pokemon isn't afraid to attack people. I know, Wes. I hate to say this, but there's no other choice. Get that Pokemon back from the bad guys. Please, you have to. You can. Actually, only you can do it. So yeah, that is the main gimmick of Pokemon Colosseum. You can only capture Pokemon that have a shadowy aura around them, and you can only use those. Alright, so how do I want to do this? How do I want to do this? Because I don't want to take out that Makuhita. I need to catch that thing. Alright, I'm gonna bite the Duskull and I'll do a reflect with this feeling. All right. And yeah, like I said, I'm going to be going over every Shadow Pokemon and just kind of giving them quick bios about how they function in this game and just how good they are in general. So Makuhita is a slow and tanky Pokemon, but unlike Umbreon, this thing actually does hit back pretty hard. It has a pretty good attack stat, and it does learn a lot of good moves. However, the main thing with Makuhita specifically is that makes it stand out from other fighting types is its two abilities. Because you could either go with the usual Guts route, which actually can be pretty viable in this game because you can just easily status your own Pokemon and give it something that can trigger it. Or you can go the Thick Fat route, where it gains a nice resistance to ice or fire. So yeah, overall, a pretty decent Pokemon. I'm not entirely sure if I want to use it. In fact, that is actually something I want to open the floor to you guys for, is if there's a specific Pokemon that you want me to use, go ahead and shout it out in the chat. I'm more than open to any suggestions about team members. If there's a Pokemon you find really underrated or anything like that, I'd be more than happy to use it. All right, I gotta go ahead and chuck a Great Ball at it and see where that gets me. Makuhita does have a pretty has a pretty high catch rate, so it's pretty easy to get. So maybe a Great Ball might do it. 2, 3, got it. All right. What? My Pokemon! Darn it, but you're good. You snacked my Pokemon. Hey, what are you thinking? You're not supposed to be impressed. Oh man, what are we gonna do? We got flattened again. Mirabee gonna chew us out. What do we do? What is there to do? Run away! You did it, Wes! You snagged that Pokemon from that goon! Pokemon is way more complicated than what I'm used to. Let's get all of them back from the bad guys. Yeah, that's the thing with Colosseum. It is way more complicated than a lot of the other Pokemon games. Alright, let's see about what this guy has. Okay, it has Guts for its ability. Okay. So I got actually probably the more preferred ability when it comes to Makuhita in this game. Unless I wanted to make him more tanky, then the Thick Fat might have been better. Alright. So right now, the only move it has is Shadow Rush, which is 90 power, 100 accurate, but it causes recall damage. It's typeless, so it's actually pretty effective. I'll go over more about how Shadow Pokemon work as we kind of get into it. But, yeah. Alright, so there's a green guy here, and I think there was also a red and blue that were kind of running around. And if I remember correctly, again, I did do a little research on this game. I could only fight one of these guys. And each of them will have at least one Shadow Pokemon, but you can only get one of those three. So, my query is, which one should I fight? Red, green, or blue? I do like how in this game, in Gale of Darkness, they emulate the real size and weight of the Pokemon. Yeah. That is actually really nice. Especially considering that most of the other, like, kind of 3D games like this, with the exception of, like, Let's Go, pick green, number green, my lord. Okay. Going with green. So, real quick, I'm going to save just in case I knock it out, so I can at least reset and catch it later. All right. So save. Override the current save file. Yes. Okay, let's go. Here we go. So run up. And let's go ahead and talk to the green guy. Sorry to break it to you, but I'm not about to let you pass. Or do you have this idea that you can take me in a battle? Sure, I got 3 Pokemon. Who's gonna beat me? You are? Don't be crying out of regret later. Mystery Troop Verde. Sends out Bayleaf and Grimer. Umbreon and Espeon. Send them out. And Bayleaf is our shadow Pokemon if you pick the green guy. Because, yep, each of them will actually have a... Of course. Okay. Each of these guys will have a middle stage of a Johto starter. So the green guy will have Bayleaf, the red guy will have Quilava, and the blue guy will have Croconaw. And, okay. You know, I think I can still work with Bayleaf. Granted, this will mean half my team will be weak to Bug, but Bug isn't an especially a threatening type in this game, so I guess this can work out fine. Okay. And then Confusion on the Grimer. So, going into each of them, Bayleaf is kind of the weakest of the 3, but it still has some good strengths to it. I very much compare it to Umbreon in that it's a slow, tanky Pokemon, but it does have some good strengths, including having Razor Leaf, which is actually a pretty good early game move. And it's also a pretty good user of Earthquake. So it's overall a decent Pokemon. The only real downside to Bayleaf is its type. Pure Grass is terrible defensively, so it's a very situational Pokemon because of that. And okay, I think I'm gonna use Return on that Bayleaf. It is gonna be max power return, but yeah, Espeon's physical attack isn't anything to write home about, even with the plus attacks nature. All right. As for the red guy, you will get Quilava, a mixed fire-type sweeper. And in fact, if you use Charizard in the past, Quilava will actually be pretty easy to use because its final evolution, Typhlosion, actually has identical stats to a Charizard. So the only main difference is it doesn't have a flying subtype and it has different moves. So yeah. Overall, it's actually a pretty decent Pokemon. I actually really, really like Typhlosion quite a bit. And then lastly is Croconaw, a water type and one that is definitely better in later games because of the physical special split, because it's a physical attacker. But it's still pretty decent at using water type moves, and it does come with one additional bonus when it comes to Colosseum specifically. And that is, it comes knowing Surf. There's no Surf HM in the game, so if you want to use Surf, which by the way, this game is actually really great because it only attacks your opponents. It doesn't have the mechanic in later games where it also attacks your ally. So yeah, you want to catch a Pokemon with Surf, with it already knowing Surf. And there's only like 3 of those total in the entire game, and Croconaw is one of them. I mean, we're pretty close to being able to catch another Surfer, which honestly I'm gonna use. Like, it doesn't matter what your guys' input is, I'm definitely gonna use that. But yeah, Cyndaquil was my first pick when I played Silver back in the day. Yes, honestly same. I used Cyndaquil in my first playthrough of Heart Gold. And it's my personal favorite of the Johto starters. I know that objectively, Totodile is probably the best one, objectively, but I just have a major soft spot for my Cyndaquil. Okay, fell for the taunt. Mostly use fire types, but I've used grass type twice. Yeah, when I was a kid, I would almost always pick the fire type starter. I maybe only used, I think the only types I didn't pick a fire type starter was, I think when I first played, when I played X version, where I chose Chespin. But even then, that was just because I knew that Charizard was going to be available, and I wanted to use the Mega Evolution. I don't pay attention to meta when playing Pokemon games. I just see whatever looks cool. That is fair. That is a Pokemon we turned into a fighting machine by artificially closing the heart to its door. No, you didn't. You artificially closed the door to that part of Pokemon's heart? Knowing that's not going to help you do anything. I know. When I was little, I heard about that. They say that if any Pokemon closes the heart to his door to his heart, it can be gradually reopened by battling together with it. Wes, let's go. Those guys are probably headed for Pirate Town. After all, it was in Pirate when they captured me. Oh, I did not mean to open that. This is the PDA. This is basically just your list of snagged Pokemon that you've caught. There's an email thing. You can look at your playtime, how much money you have, all that jazz. And okay, let me take a look at the Bay Leaf. I don't think I can see what nature has. Yeah, I can't see what nature has. But it does hold the Miracle Seed, which means that Razor Leaf will be powered up. If I had it. Okay. Going into it, that heart gauge that it has on there, it says the door to its heart is tightly shut. By doing the various things, including walking, battling, and even another mechanic we don't have access to right now, it'll gradually unlock it, and as it unlocks, you'll get certain things, including unlocking showing off what its nature is, as well as unlocking various moves. Which one of the moves will eventually be Razor Leaf. So, right, so I'm gonna go down and heal, and again, once you've beaten at least one of the trainers and snack one of their Pokemon, the other two will just disappear, and you won't be able to get their Pokemon until the post game. Hey, take any suggestions for names? Yes, but again, I can't really nickname anything right now. That service surprisingly doesn't come up until much later. And also, again, I am going to be taking suggestions for any team members. Again, there are some that I'm just going to be like, okay, I'm 100% going to be using this no matter what anyone says. Like, for sure, I am using Espeon and what other Pokemon that we'll be getting here in a little bit. See, there's a construction lot. Let's go ahead and explore it. Hi there. Whoa, hold it there. This is a construction site. It's not a safe place to be. Did you hear what Microsoft said about private servers in court? No, but I did hear about PlayStation basically saying we're not doing any physical media in the future. I mean, Microsoft, yeah. You know it's bad when Nintendo is like the only one that hasn't pulled off any like really, really bad thing in the last week. Because there's the Microsoft thing going on, Microsoft said that private and communal servers not run by them are illegal and pirate. Well, that's stupid. Especially considering that the only reason older multiplayer games survive now is because of fan stuff. Yeah. I switched to Linux last week. Yeah. Again, the only reason I haven't switched over to Linux at this point is just because VTubing doesn't exactly work on Linux with the way it is right now. Aw, Mr. Johnson, give a man a break here. I keep telling you, I don't know anything. That better be true, Kale. If you're trying to con me, I'll know about it. Mr. Johnson, sir, I wouldn't think about lying to you. You gotta believe me, right? Alright, fine. I'll let you off easy today. See you. What a nitwit. Of course I haven't got a thing to tell you. It's up to you. What are you looking at? I haven't seen your face around these parts. What are you, tourist? If you don't want to get hurt, you should get lost and quick for the good of your health. All right, and real quick, I actually want to swap around my party a little bit. Let's put Bayleaf into the lead. Because I do want to reduce his heart gauge, because I do want to use Bayleaf on my team. No, OBS is open source and works on Linux. StreamerBot and especially Vtube Studio. Vtube Studio is a Windows-only kind of deal. I know that there are Linux alternatives to Vtube Studio, but I heard they're really unstable. Yo, your outfit's kind of weird, but you're a trainer too, aren't you? I am. Good, that's okay then. I'll teach you about one of the few rules this town has. Here, we have street battles rather than exchanging greetings. Chaser Calda. Since Centrid and Halo. Don't believe either of the... I don't think this guy has any shadow Pokemon, so... Unless that third Pokemon is a Shadow Pokemon, which is totally possible. Alright, let's use Shadow Rush on that Centrid and Confusion on Taylor. Gotcha, no video stuff on Linux can be hit or miss. Really dumb, Adobe doesn't support anything on Linux, yeah. Again, literally if Linux could just fix, like, every single compatibility thing when it comes to Windows, Linux would be the single greatest thing in the world. And literally no one would ever use Windows. Alright, hit with slight recoil, but that should be fine. Use Thief, but that Miracle Seed isn't going to be helpful to you, and I at least get it back at the end of the battle anyway. Alright, I should probably go all in on that Slackoth. Slackoth, despite being a first stage evolution, it's a really dang powerful Pokemon. Like, do not underestimate this thing. It hits hard. It's honestly not Linux's fault, it's developers of software. Yeah, I know, but still. In a perfect world, everyone would be using Linux, and it would be compatible with every single piece of software imaginable. Alright. So, using Thief, but didn't do much because Darkness gives you special, and Espeon thankfully has a pretty good special defense. Has really good special defense. Alright, yeah, let's return. Or Confuse. Use Confusion. Alright, down goes Centrid. Oops, you were better than me. Can't get some money for winning. I tripped myself up, but you're not bad at all. Your Pokemon are tops, too. I can see in your eyes. You're just like us. It's easy to see. See, there's a hotel here, which I think is supposed to be an alternative to a Pokemon Center in this town. See, there's a shop. What do you sell? See, you sell Hyper Potions, Super Potions, Revives. I'm gonna buy a couple of those. Those are useful. Alright, and I don't need anything else. What do you say? If you're offered 10 potions for 10 $10, would you want them? Pokemon experience would make me feel more at home if you could overlay Pokemon Stadium announcers soundbites over the battles. Oh, how I wish. Especially because I do love the Pokemon Stadium announcer. He's fun. I love him. Which, by the way, did you know the Pokemon Stadium announcer is actually the same English voice actor as Giovanni in the Pokemon anime. Like, it's the same voice actor. Kind of a neat little detail. And also, there's actually another thing when it comes to this game. A lot of the non-Hoenn Pokemon in Colosseum, they actually reuse their Pokemon Stadium models. So they actually reuse a lot of N64 models for this game. Alright. So, Chaser Amok. Alright, what do you have? You have a Gulpin and a Zubat. Poor Machop. Yeah. And poor Zubat. Oh, that looked ugly. Oh, ew. Ew. Alright, what am I going to do here? I'm gonna Shadow Rush the... I'll Shadow Rush the Gulpin, and then I'll use Confusion on Zubat. Alright. Use Shadow Rush. Alright. Yeah, again, Bayleaf isn't exactly known for being aggressive when it comes to offense. Alright. Shadow Rush again, and Confusion on the Gulpin. That? Gulpin. What? Hey, level 27 for Espeon. Oh, hey, it's Jobin. Yeah, I love Jobin. What kind of mad battles a frail girl like me without easing up? You're not gonna win the hearts of the girls that way. Wes, it was here in this square that I saw that strange Pokemon. I tried to leave town afterwards, and that's when those creeps grabbed me. We should be careful. Even at the best of times, there's nothing normal about this town. Okay, but first, I need to find a spot where I can heal up and go to the PC, because pretty much everyone in that square will have a shadow Pokemon, and there's one specific one that I really want to use. And not only do I not want it to faint on me, but also I do want to catch one that has a certain ability. Because the Pokemon that I want to catch has two different abilities that it can have. And there's one specific ability that I want it to have. Okay, overwrite. And been playing for about an hour. So let's go down and let's see about getting that Pokemon. Alright. Gonna guess Damp. On the right track, but not the ability I want. Alright. Are you the one that has the Pokemon I want? Are you the one? Please? Mischievous and Skitty. Okay, that's not it, but... Hey, at least there's a Shadow Pokemon there. Yep, Mischievous is a Shadow Pokemon. Mischievous is a Pokemon that I wish was better. Because, okay, in later generations, Mischievous is really friggin' good. Like, it gets an evolution, the physical specialist play really helps it out because it actually is a pretty good special attacker. But in this generation, not only does it have no access to any evolution, but Ghost is considered physical and it has a terrible physical attack stat. So it's not up to its full potential. But there are some silver linings. First of all, it's a Ghost type with Levitate, so it already has 3 immunities. One of which is extremely useful in Colosseum specifically because, well, Levitate is really, really good because you can just spam away Earthquake on your other team member and not hurt your own team member. So that is already pretty dang useful. And also, Mischievous is the only Ghost type in Colosseum. So if you want a Ghost type, Mischievous is literally your only option. So yeah. So yeah, that's kind of fun. Okay. So I'm gonna Shadow Rush the Mischievous. Hopefully we'll take it out. And I'm gonna confuse the Skitty. There it goes. Alright, next is the Zigzagoon. You Shadow Ball. It's probably gonna take out Espeon, yeah. First time having a Pokemon faint, but thankfully I'm not doing a Nuzlocke run. Alright, Umbreon, you're gonna be pretty tanky against Mischievous. Oh, entered hyper mode. In other words, yep, it won't do anything and it will constantly try to attack myself. The only way to cure hyper mode is to do a call command. Alright, I'm gonna bite the Zigzagoon because I don't trust Umbreon to not one-shot that Mischievous, because again, Mischievous is pretty dang weak. Alright, Confuse Ray. Confuse. The way that Zigzagoon kind of just runs back up into places is actually kind of cute. I like that. Alright, oh! Already cured one part of the heart gate, so we gain back Synthesis, which is a healing move that will recover half of your lost HP unless it is sunny day, in which it will double it, and if it's any other weather condition, it will actually decrease the healing. Which, for a tankier Pokemon, is actually pretty handy. And Synthesis might actually be in Bailey's final movesets when everything is said and done. Even though I do have access to items, I feel like it's still gonna be pretty... Bailey. Bailey. Why do you hurt yourself? Why do you hurt yourself? Shadow Rush, and I'm gonna try chuck a ball at it, see where that gets me. Because again, Mischievous is relatively easy to catch. It has a pretty high catch rate. So maybe this may work? I don't know. 1, 2, 3. Got it. Yo! Alright. If a Pokemon goes to the hyper mode, call its name and its head will snap back into reality. Why did the trainers here have those strange Pokemon? I'm sure of it now. Town's hiding a big secret. Alright. Gonna go and heal. I need my Espeon back. And I don't really want to waste a revive, to be honest. Especially considering that it's just getting easy just to come over here and just heal anyway. Alright. Rui, why are you constantly getting in my way, girl? Why are you getting in my way? Alright. One of these guys should have the Pokemon I'm looking for. One of them should have it. Right. I think it might be you. Want to battle me? Yes, I want to battle you. Alright, are you the guy? Please. Yes! Here it is! Because the Shadow Pokemon and the Pokemon that I really want to add to my team. If it can get through this whole thing, is Quagsire. Acquire the Sire. Exactly. I love Quagsire so much. Quagsire is a Pokemon that is chock full of great stuff for a Colosseum. Number 1, it is one of 3 Pokemon that comes knowing Surf. Already a good start. 2, it learns Earthquake relatively early. Also great, Water Ground is a fantastic type, having great offense and defense and only being weak to grass. Amazing. One of its abilities is Water Absorb, giving effectively a water immunity that can also heal it, which is really great in double battles. Excellent. Quagsire is just basically a really great Pokemon. Like, honestly, there's not much I really can complain about with Quagsire. Except for 2 things exactly. One is, if you don't get Water Absorbed, you get for its ability instead. And why would you want to shut down a Pokemon's ability to use self-destruct? Other than for maybe snatching a Shadow Pokemon, which I don't think there are any Shadow Pokemon that know self-destruct or explosion when they're being caught. And B, its stats are kind of mediocre. Like, it has good bulk. It can certainly stand up to certain moves, but it's not exactly going to win any awards when it comes to attacking, and it is pretty dang slow. Like, it will probably go last in most fights it's in. But honestly, its typing ability and moves more than make up for it, and yeah, I just want to use this guy. I love Quagsire. Plus, I just love how dope he is. I just love the little dot eyes, the big mouth he has. It's just an adorable Pokemon, honestly. I love him. Heal up a little bit on Bayleaf. Okay, using Slam. Yeah, that's what I expected. Slam is like the most inaccurate thing in the world. It's only 75 accurate for 100 power. Not exactly the best move. Alright, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna Shadow Rush. And I'm gonna take this turn to maybe try and catch it in a Great Ball. No, what are the Shadow Pokemon? Those self-explosion and self-destruct. At least we'll try to catch them. Oh, okay. One, two, three. Got it. I acquired the Sire. All right, moment of truth. Does this thing have water absorb? Oh, it's doing pretty good. How about you? Please, water absorb, water. No, it has damp. Dang it. No, I wanted water absorb. No. Dang it. It's like I gotta reset. Cause you only get one chance. I only get one chance to catch this thing. And also, yes, I am playing this on an emulator. Cause yeah, I really want a Quagsire that has freaking water absorb. That is a good ability to have. Much cheaper that way, yeah. It does take a little bit to get going, though. That's the thing. Hey. Yes, playing on progressive mode. Pokemon Company. Unfortunately, I can't skip through any of the logos, so... It starts. And let's continue. I will have to recatch Misdreavus now, but... Again, I'm mostly doing this for the Quagsire. Misdreavus, I don't think I really want to use it on the team, unless any of you guys want me to use it for any reason. Alright. So... I think it was you. You had the Quagsire. Bandana Guy Divo. Or Devil? Again, Colosseum has like the weirdest names I've ever read in a video game. They're like, what are half of these names? And, oh, Bayleaf will have to also relearn synthesis. Want to repeat a joke? Let's play with Misdreavus. It doesn't affect Misdreavus. It doesn't affect Misdreavus. Oh my gosh. That's one of my favorites. And actually, that is one thing that I sometimes struggle with when it comes to playing Pokemon games is... Oh, that Let's Play, yeah. Yeah, I love that Let's Play too. Actually, that is one thing I kind of struggle with sometimes when it comes to Pokemon games is... trying not to repeat as many team members from his Let's Plays as possible. There will be some carryovers, like when I played Pokemon Black and White, I did use both Samurott and Archeops. But for the most part, I want to try and make my teams my own, even if there can be some repeating across team members. Like with Espeon here or Quagsire. I think Quagsire can take a Confusion. Hopefully. Maybe. Fusion. Okay, it can take a hit. Good. And it sucks that I can't really tell if it has water absorbed just from the fight. I gotta go just seeing, playing some Colosseum, but good luck and have fun. Yeah, thanks. I will. Tough thing about this Pokemon game is the roster is smaller than others. Yeah, like I said, there's only like 30 obtainable Pokemon in the entirety of the main story. So it does make team building a little trickier, but I think I still can pull it off. Heck, just the fact that I have Bayleaf and Umbreon on my team already shows that I'm doing things a lot differently from how he did it. Alright, actually, no. I'm gonna bite Psyduck, and I'm gonna take this turn to try and catch that Quagsire. Right. Chuck the ball. 1, 2. I think that's the first time I actually failed at catching one of these guys. Alright, down goes Psyduck. Psy-I-I. Alright. Do Shadow Rush on who? Ooh, that. Well, I guess that's what happens when you have a minus defense nature. Because Shadow Rush is considered a physical move in this game. Makuhita, you can be kind of my tanky boy. You may not have thick fat, but you're still a pretty bulky boy. Alright. Actually, again, Umbreon doesn't have the best offense, so I think I can bite this thing and be safe, and then I'll take Makuhita's turn to throw the Pokeball. Alright, please catch it this time. Please catch it this time. And please, for the love of all that is holy, please, in the name of Arceus, have water absorb. I don't care what nature you have, just have water absorb. Ah, dang it. You're definitely a lot more stubborn than the last Quagsire I tried to catch. Alright, flinched. Good. Alright, I'll take Umbreon's turn to throw the ball. And then, just to make time pass, I'm gonna call Makuhita. Let's say, it might actually lower its heart gauge too, while I'm at it. Right. Throw the ball! What do we got? Come on. 1, 2, 3. Got it! Alright, come on. Again, imagine I don't get why it takes so long to load that. Shut it down. Hiding. Big secret. Okay. Water absorb. Water absorb. Water absorb. Water absorb. I can't win. I really can't. Can I? Do I want to do another run and try to get it with water absorb, or should I just take my losses? Imagine it didn't tell you the ability until after you purify it. That would be the absolute worst. Yeah, should I cut my losses and take the damp one, or should I try and roll again for a water absorb? Because water absorb, while it can be handy, isn't good. It still has plenty of other great things about it, even if I don't go with water absorb. So should I stick with damp or roll again? Gamble, gamble, gamble. Okay. third time's the charm then. Initializing devices, loading resources. There we go. And again, this is one of the things that kind of frustrates me is there's no like soft reset like a lot of the other Pokemon games. And on top of that, I have to run all the way over from the PC every time. Because you can only save at the PCs. So I can't just save in front of a person. I also can't really use create suspend points like I could on the GameCube NSO thing. Because I did sometimes exploit that when I was playing through XD. Like if I accidentally knocked out a Pokemon or I got one with a bad ability, I would just restart it from a suspend point. But can't really do that with this. Alright. You there! I want your sire! And also, I've been consistently getting female Quagsire. Gender ratios do work as normal. The only exception is your Espeon and Umbreon. Those are always guaranteed to be male in this game. But yeah, I just keep on getting female Quagsires for some reason. Alright, I'm gonna Shadow Rush the Psyduck, and I'm gonna use Confusion on the Quagsire. Again, Quagsire is pretty bulky, so it should take a Confusion or two. Or several. That works too. Alright, did a good chunk of its health there. Use Scratch, because Psyduck is actually pretty weak until it evolves. Let's see, uses Amnesia. Which, by the way, am I the only one that finds that kind of a funny move? Like, what was my special attack again? Oh yeah, it was actually really high. Like, that's how I imagine Amnesia works. I don't know, I think it's kind of funny to think about. Alright, Confusion. Alright, so it's better to take it hits and oh, it's confused now. Alright, Bayleaf is in hyper mode. 4 damage. Alright, so you're gonna hit yourself. Nope, you're gonna slam. Bayleaf is in hyper mode, so call Bayleaf and let's try chucking a ball at Quagsire. See how that goes. One, 2, 3. Ah, I thought I got it on the first try. Dang it. Bayleaf. Alright, and it should regain synthesis. Use disable, but missed. Are you gonna hurt yourself? Hurt yourself in confusion, good. That means easier to catch you. Okay, what do I want to do? I think I'll Shadow Rush the Psyduck, and I'll try again with catching the Psyduck. Not the Psyduck, the Quagsire. Snack Ball? Go! One. Quagsire, you are more trouble than you're worth. The thing is, there's way tougher Pokemon for me to catch later. Alright, snapped out of confusion, and you're raising your special attack again. Or, not special attack, special defense. I think I'll try Shadow Rushing Quagsire, and then I'll take out the Psyduck so it doesn't cause any more trouble. Down it goes. And Bailey's in hyper mode, which means it's not gonna Shadow Rush it. Oh well, the recoil from that should take care of it. Alright, pushed it down into yellow health, so that should mean easier to catch now. Alright, I'm gonna call Bayleaf, and I'm gonna go items, Great Ball. Okay, please. Please have Water Absorb, please! Okay, if it has Damp this time, I'll just roll with it, but please. Please have Water Absorb, please have Water... No! Don't escape the Pokeball, please. Okay, come over and slam, and welcome to the jam. All right, on this turn, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw the ball on Bayleaf's turn. Then afterwards, I'm gonna put up a Reflect so that that Shadow Rush and its Slam will not do as much damage. Alright, Chad, so the human version of Orange Cat, what do I do with this info? I don't know what to do with that info. Alright, please. Please have Water Absorb. Please have Water Absorb. Please have Water Absorb. Please have Water Absorb. Water Absorb! Yes! Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and heal, and let's go ahead and catch the rest of the Shadow Pokemon that are just in the square. Go over here and restore full health. Alright, yeah, what do you do with that kind of info? I actually don't know. Let's see, you had the Misdreavus, I believe, yes? Rollerboy Lawn. Is your middle name Lawn and your last name Ranch? Okay, you weren't the one with the Misdreavus, but you still do have a Shadow Pokemon. Bayleaf and Espeon. And it's Slugma! I'm not a fan of Slugma. Okay, positives first. It does have a really good special attack. Like, it does throw a mean flamethrower. And it does also have some good abilities. The problems are everything else. It is slow as molasses. Its type isn't particularly good defensively, even though it has an incredible physical defense stat. But its type, when it evolves, becomes Rock Fire, and that's a pretty bad type defensively. So, yeah, if you wanted a fire type, you were better off with Colosseum, to be honest. Alright. But again, I'm going to try and catch every Shadow Pokemon that I can, no matter what, if I'm going to use it or not. Okay, down goes Azuro. And next you're sending out Igglybuff. Alright. Yeah, it does actually start out with Flamethrower, so that's a pretty... No. Oh, no. Quagsire! How about you have your... Well, with Lucario, you have a Fire Snail that's hotter than the sun. Yeah, and when has the Pokédex actually come into play when it comes to battles? I mean, Drifloon says it kidnaps children. I have yet to see a Pokemon battle where the Drifloon kidnaps the kid and you automatically win. Pokeball, because I think Slugma has a pretty high catch rate, so I think I can actually catch it with just a regular Pokeball. Plus, I'm running low on Great Balls. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Huh, I was actually right. Okay, next is Swablu. One shot. Nice work, Quagsire. All right, Shadow Rush the Swablu, Confusion on the Swablu. And oh yeah, another thing, with Colosseum, every trainer only has one Shadow Pokemon if they have it. It isn't until XC when trainers start carrying multiple Shadow Pokemon. So be grateful for at least that. All right, got 180 for winning. All right, and real quick, I want to swap around the party. Let's put old Quagsire into the lead. Yeah, that should be good. Okay, you are the one with the Quagsire. Which one were you? There's only one answer. Let's see, what did you have? Oh, you were the Skip Loop. Yes. Yes. Okay. Quagsire. And Espeon. Is it? If you did not pick Bayleaf, Skiploom is your alternative for a grass type. Skiploom is fast. There's no denying that. It has a really good speed stat. And it also is a pretty good user of Sleep Powder and Leech Seed. Like, it's a very good status inflictor because of its high speed as well as its moveset. But that's kind of it for a lot of its strengths. Easily its biggest weakness is its type. Grass Flying, while it does provide a nice ground immunity, also offers it a ton of weaknesses, including in a very unfortunate quad weakness to Ice. So it can be a little hard to work with in that regard. But again, if you want a grass type and you didn't pick Bayleaf, then Skiploom is actually not a bad alternative. Oh, Quagsire wins a Hyper Mode. Alright, gonna call Quagsire, and I'm gonna confuse the Dustox. Okay, confusion. Almost one hit, almost. Okay, Mega Drain is probably gonna target my Quagsire. Yeah, that's what I figured. Okay, in that case, I should probably swap out my Quagsire for probably Umbreon if I just to play it safe. Of course you poisoned it. It's always the CPU that always manages to poison with Poison Sting. It always happens, no matter what. Alright, let's go Umbreon, yeah. And then Espeon, take out the Dustox. Hit it, and down it goes. Really close to that level 28. Cotton Spore. I think that's a speed lowering move, if I remember correctly. Alright. Going to... Yeah, let's do Return. I want to do minimal damage because, again, Skiploom isn't exactly bulky. Cotton Spore. I believe that it should be a lowering speed move. Yeah, harshly speed, harshly felt. Yeah. Okay, Umbreon, don't take it out. Don't take it out. Don't take it. Thank you. All right. Let's use another regular Pokeball. It's low enough health that I think a regular Pokeball should more than do it. And then I'll reflect on Espeon in case the Pokeball fails. One, two. Okay, good thing I did the reflect. Reflect. So now Shadow Rush should do less damage across the board. Okay, items. Let's check another regular Pokeball. And let's call Espeon. Because at least I want to show what happens when you call a non-Shadow Pokemon. At least in case this ball fails. Which it does. Espeon! It's no good, it's not listening. Yeah, it does nothing. I kind of wish it had the effect that it did in XD, where it basically acted as an X accuracy. I thought that was actually a really cool change they made. But yeah, it does nothing. Alright, probably want to heal up Espeon a little bit, so regular potion, heal up. Come on, catch it this time. One. No! Why? I get you're a fully evolved Pokemon and all, or no, you're not fully evolved. You're middle stage 1. Jump Bluff is the final evolution for Skiploom. Okay. Yeah, I probably want to use the ball in this turn. Catch rates in Gen 3 are atrocious. Fire Red is any indicator. Well, and also, to be fair, you're also catching Pokemon that under normal circumstances you wouldn't catch. Like, this is like one of the only games in the series up until modern day where you can catch essentially a starter Pokemon. So this is the first time that certain catch rates actually were actually applicable. Also, the Skiploom is burning through my Pokeballs. I almost need to actually run back to Outskirts stand to get more at this point. So I'm just down to 3 Great Balls, and I still have like 4 of the suckers to catch still. Not including Skiploom. Come on. 1, 2, 3. Okay, Great Ball was definitely better. Skiploom should be easier to catch than Quagsire due to the higher catch rate. Yeah. Okay. Gonna go heal. Also, I should probably go get more Pokeballs. And also, yeah, this is poison damage. So glad that later generations removed the whole it takes damage every step you take outside of battle. That was such an annoying thing. Okay, started the full health, and let me check on some of my Pokemon real quick. Every step you take, and every move you make. Alright, yeah, I should probably go buy more balls. So, just need to run out, because again, the shop here in Pirate Town doesn't sell any balls. In fact, I think Outskirts stand, I think it's the only place you can get Pokeballs in Colosseum. Like, of any type. go up here and hey, buddy, mind selling me some more Pokeballs? That would be awesome. Okay, can't afford a ton of them. Only 7? Yeah, let's just blow all my money on it. But then again, I could probably sell my Awakenings because Call does have a purpose outside of getting a Pokemon out of Hyper Mode. It can also awaken sleeping Pokemon. So Awakenings are actually pretty useless outside of just using them if you're not in a battle. So might as well use that. And plus, full heals can also be used. So Awakenings truly are useless in this game. Okay, back to Pirate Town. Okay, run over and let's see about the next trainer I need to fight. Yeah, let's hit him with the old Razzle Dazzle. Street performer Diogo. Or Diogo? Whichever. Okay, sending out Flaffy and Shroomish. Shroomish is just one of those Pokemon that just inexplicably makes me laugh. It's just like with Quagsire. Love the little guy. And yes, Flaffy is a shadow Pokemon. And come on. I think everybody has used a Flaffy if you play Gold, Silver, Crystal, or Gold, Soul, Silver. I think everybody's used one in a Johto playthrough. I think everybody knows how Flaffy works. But on the off chance you don't know, Flaffy is definitely slower than your average electric type, but it does make up for it being pretty dang bulky. As well as learning pretty good moves early on. So overall, it's a pretty good Pokemon, and definitely one of the better electric types you'll encounter in Colosseum. In fact, I actually have considered using Flaffy. The only thing is that this team would end up being a little too similar to my first Johto playthrough. Like, my team is already looking to be pretty similar with my Espeon. As well as the fact that I did temporarily use a Quagsire before I got the red Gyarados. But yeah, never used Flaffy for a playthrough. Caught them before, never used them. Okay, you're using Stun Spore. If you used it on Espeon, then Shroomish would have been paralyzed too. Dang it. Alright, Shadow Rush to Flaffy and Confusion on Shroomish. Hopefully don't take out the Flaffy. It's bulkier than, again, it's a lot bulkier than your average electric type, but Quagsire has been proving to hit pretty hard. Caught the Spore. And plus, one nice thing is that even though Shadow Pokemon can't level up at all until you purify them, both Bayleaf and Flaffy are actually really close to evolving. Like, they're 1 or 2 levels away from evolving once you purify them. So it's pretty nice, actually. Alright, let's start chucking balls at it. Espeon, let's reflect. One, 2, 3, got it. Sent to the PC storage system. You outperformed me. There we go. Like, again, it's taking too long for it to shift over to the next thing. Surprisingly good. I think you deserved a little bit to know a little secret about a certain Pokemon move. The move Shadow Rush inflicts damage on any kind of Pokemon without being affected by their types. The amount of damage doesn't vary with the target's Pokemon type, so it's easy to use. All right, definitely want to heal up right here. So items, and use a paralyze heal. And let's use up some of my regular potions. Okay, that should be good. And also, did Quagsire's heart gauge go down enough? Nope, not quite enough to learn a new move, unfortunately. Alright, what about you? Sure, I'll battle you. So, which Pokemon did you have? Ryder Nova. Noctowl and Ladybug. If I'm not mistaken, the Shadow Pokemon is Noctowl? Yep, Noctowl. Noctowl is definitely unique compared to the other Pidgey clones that exist out there, as it's not really offense based as much as defense based. In fact, it has really great special defense, meaning it can actually withstand a good Thunderbolt or two pretty well. It also learns a good variety of Psychic type moves, including Extrasensory, as well as Psychic through TM. But it doesn't exactly get the same type attack bonus from the Psychic type moves, and it's not exactly the best physical defensively. And its physical attack is pretty poor, and so yeah, a lot of its normal and flying type moves are going to be pretty weak on it. It's not an unusable Pokemon, but it is definitely one of the tougher ones to work with out of all of them. Alright, gonna confuse the Noctowl. So yeah, it took a confusion from my Espeon pretty nicely. And oh yeah, I guess it also has Hypnosis. I guess there's another point towards it. Alright, take out the Ladybug because that thing is weak as balls. Yep. Gosh, I don't like Ladybug. It's such a weak Pokemon. I just don't like it that much. Okay, next you're sending out a Wingull. Yeah, let's Shadow Rush the Wingull, and let's use another Confusion on Noctowl. Okay, it's using Reflect. Okay, you're using Gust. Didn't do much to my Quagsire. How am I gonna... Oh! Enter Hyper Mode. Alright, but with this call, it should reduce one heart gauge thing, meaning I can have it learn a new move. Confusion one more time on Noctowl. And then I'll start chucking balls at it. Okay, Confusion. Hit it. Okay. So it's using Fly. Okay. Okay, attack fell on both sides. So what new moves did you learn, Quagsire? Ooh, you learned Amnesia. Cool. Okay, I don't think I can throw a Pokeball at Noctowl while it's up in the air, so I'm gonna take this opportunity to take out the Wingull. Looks like it was standing us just up in the air like that. I just love it whenever the Pokemon animations just kind of glitch out or have that amusing effect. I don't know, it just kind of adds more personality to things. Alright, what? I think what I'm going to do is, I'm going to do Amnesia on Quagsire's turn, and then take Espeon's turn to throw the ball. Okay, Great Ball, go for it. One, 2. 3. Got it. You're saying I lost? Oh, I lost. If Pokemon enters hyper mode, it's more likely to get critical hits. Yeah, that is the thing. In hyper mode, you do get additional benefits, but it also makes it likely for a Pokemon to just attack you instead. And I'm pretty sure I already fought this trainer, didn't I? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. But yes, you can refight these guys as much as you want. They just replace their shadow Pokemon with something different. In this case, a Sunkern, which, wow. Going from a Skiploom, which was at least halfway decent, to Sunkern, which is objectively the worst Pokemon ever. That's just sad. That's just sad, man. Alright, Shadow Rush to Sunkern and Diffusion on Oddish. And by the way, this is not just me bashing on Sunkern. No, it has like the lowest stat total of any Pokemon, and it learns almost no good moves. Well, I don't know about Dunsparce, because Dunsparce at least has good move variety. Like, check its TM compatibility. It'll actually surprise you. Plus, Serene Grace is a really, really great ability. That is made even better by its diverse move pool. So, yeah. Okay, yeah, Unknown is also pretty bad, too. I can I didn't one-shot the Dustox this time. Okay, Poison Sting on who? Quagsire, of course. Like clockwork. Like freaking clockwork. Okay, do I want to keep Quagsire out? Probably shouldn't, so let's swap out and... yeah, let's send up the 8-leaf. Okay, Dustox. Hit it. And level 28 for little Espeon. Using Brass Whistle. I'm pretty sure that's a sleeping move, isn't it? Yeah, that's a sleeping move. Alright, I guess this gives me the opportunity to call Bayleaf and wake it up. And, yeah, let's just get rid of it. Bayleaf! Responded eagerly to the call. Woke up. Alright, down it goes. Alright, and I guess that just leaves the Misdreavus trainer left. Because remember, I reset before I got to the point before I got that Misdreavus. Alright, there's the red flashing. Gonna go heal, and then I'll catch Misdreavus and move on. Oh, Quagsire fainted. Okay. You win against the challenge, you get an awesome Pokemon like that Kale did. Wasn't Kale that guy who was hanging around the town's entrance? We should ask him, we might know something. Okay, so I guess that was a story thing that I needed to do. Really quick, I actually want to swap around my party a little bit. I'm gonna put Bayleaf into the lead. Because I feel like I've been using Espeon a little too much. I want to give my new Shadow Pokemon a chance to do stuff. All right, you. I want your Mischievous. Quagsire and Bailey. Let's do Shadow Rush on Zigzag Goon and Bailey. If you can Shadow Rush the Mischievous, hopefully you won't take it out. Hey, Fuse Ray. Hey, Bailey, don't hurt yourself. Thank you. Okay, don't knock it out. Don't knock it out. Okay, that's good. That's good. I always seem to overestimate how much damage Bailey can do. Like, I know this is meant to be a more tanky Pokemon, but I figured it would at least hit a little harder than that. And especially against a Mischievous, which has laughably low physical defense. But yeah. Okay, let's Shadow Rush one more time on Mischievous. Shadow Ball. Either way, it's not going to hurt as much because, again, I have both my tankier. I need to shut up. I really need to shut up. Way to add insult to injury there, game. Nobody on my side got to even freaking attack that whole time. Zagoon. And let's heal up Bayleaf. Super Potion. Heal. Can't take an item in Hyper Mode. That's right. I forgot that was a thing. Call Bayleaf. At least get its heart gauge down before it dies. Shadow Ball. And down he goes. Umbreon, how about I send you out, buddy? Nice. Yep, took it like a champ. Umbreon may not be able to hit very hard, but he can take hits like a champ. Alright, next, I think what I want to do is take this turn to throw a Great Ball at the Mischievous on Quagsire. And then Umbreon can take out the Zigzagoon. Okay, here we go. One, two, three. Ah! It didn't catch Mischievous. Oh well, at least I'll take out the Zigzagoon, which means one less source of damage, at the very least. Level 28 for Umbreon. Next up is your Skitty. Alright, items. Let's check another ball and Mischievous, see how that goes. And at Umbreon, you can bite Skitty. One, two, three, got it. Please. Almost took it out. Using Tickle. Attack and defense fell. So actually a pretty useful move despite its name. Let's bite Skitty. And that's it. That should be every shadow Pokemon that I can catch right now outside of the one that's like, that we heard about in the stadium. So real quick, I'm gonna go ahead and heal as well as save. Just in case. Because you never know with this game, you never know. Alright, and also, I'm gonna go ahead and check on the heart gauges on a lot of these Pokemon. Alright, 2 heart gauges down, and it's actually revealed the nature of our Pokemon. So, Quagsire has a careful nature. And Bayleaf has a calm nature. Okay. It's not too bad. Alright. So let's get into the computer. And let's save. And let's go and confront Kale, the guy that was at the entrance and apparently had a shadow Pokemon. Or an odd Pokemon, as they say. And I think I know what shadow Pokemon he has. I could be wrong. Alright, let's talk to you. Ah, what's that? You're wanting to know if I have weird Pokemon. If you want to know that much, you may as well see it with your own eyes. Rokale. He sends out a Furret and a Waltz. Quagsire and Bayleaf, get out there. And our shadow Pokemon is Furret. And Waltz, tracing the frigging water absorb is not gonna help you. I have no water moves to speak of. But okay, Furret. Furret is actually a pretty decent Pokemon for in this game. First of all, you do have limited options, and there's only like 3 normal types in the entirety of Colosseum, so... And the other 2 are... at least one of the other ones is kind of bad, so it's really between this and the other actual good one. Alright. You're using Quick Attack. Anyways, Furret actually, despite it not being the best stats-wise, does come with some good moves, as well as pretty good speed. Like, this thing actually comes with really good moves. It comes with Iron Tail and Strength, which, while you definitely want to replace that Strength with Return later, Strength is still pretty good, especially considering that Shadow Pokemon can't build up Happiness, so can't really take advantage of Return. It can still be pretty dang useful. And it can hit pretty hard. I mean, 80 power is nothing to sneeze at. Right, so I'm gonna Shadow Rush the Seedot, and then I'm gonna Razor Leaf Furret. Okay, Razor Leaf. Okay, that did a decent amount of damage. That did nothing to Seedot, but it is resistant, and Seedot is pretty bulky. Quagsire, do you just like going into hyper mode? You're like the Pokemon that's gone into hyper mode the most often out of everybody so far. Alright, let's go another Razor Leaf. Shadow Rush? On who? Bayleaf, okay. That's fine by me. Okay, back down to half health. Okay, C-Dot is storing energy, which means I should probably take it out before I can unleash a full bite. So, Shadow Rush, Shadow Rush. Use Helping Hand. It's ready to help C-Dot. Bayleaf. What did I just say to Quagsire? Oh well, it still worked out in my favor. I still took out C-Dot before it can unleash its bite on us. Okay, yeah, Machop and oh, that model did not age well. It really did not age well. Bayleaf is like one of those friends who spams stun grenades. Really is, yeah. Okay. Great Ball in the Furret, and let's call Bayleaf. Alright, one. Ah. Dang it, Furret, I sung plenty of praises for you. And heck, I even liked you before you became a meme and were used to count down the Sinnoh remakes. Even though there is a Machop out there, I think you're a decent choice to send out. Let's see, Machop uses Strength. Quagsire takes it like a champ. Alright, a Shadow Rush to match the Machop, and try another Great Ball at a Furret. One, two. Dang it. Okay, Helping Hand. Don't do anything too dangerous. Quagsire. Quagsire. Freaking Quagsire. All right. 3 Great Balls, please, please catch this thing. One, two, three, yes! All right, another heart gauge down, which means which means this thing will learn a new move. Oh. Again, don't underestimate Umbreon's bulk. It took a hit like a champ. Right. And you learn Slam. 100 power, 75 accurate, normal type. Not exactly the best move. Honestly, I think Shadow Rush is a more consistently better move. Okay. Yeah, let's just do this. Bite Machop, and if it doesn't go down, at least there's a chance of flinch. There's a flinch chance, at least. Almost took it out. Okay, focus energy. Bite, Shadow Rush, same old same. Right, down it goes. My shadow Pokemon! That was it? That lying mirror bee? You came up with that fancy tough sounding name, Shadow Pokemon, but it was no big deal. You guys be careful too. Don't be played for a sucker. That's about all they'll give you if you win at the Colosseum. Shadow Pokemon? That's what it's called? A Shadow Pokemon? That Pokemon with the black aura. I trust things are going according to plan, Mirabee. Oh, yes indeed, Master Nazgul. Our plan is coming along a lovely peachy keen way. We have already broken Duking's spirit. We can do as we please at the Colosseum without his meddling. We've been giving away Shadow Pokemon on the slides and challenge winners for gathering data. Good. The others also appear to be doing their part to implement our plan. Our Shadow Pokemon plan is falling into place quickly. Final phase is not far off. It's Mirror Being! Yeah. Oh, this is perking up my spirit and body. Oh, I feel like dancing. Save your dancing until our plan succeeds. I'm off. Okay then. I shall make my return to the cave where my darling Pokemon await my return. Let the music play. Again, I love Mirror B. I love him. Looks like the Colosseum has a secret. I guess there's no choice but to take part in a battle challenge there. Real quick, I'm gonna go back to the outskirts stand, get more Pokeballs just in case. Again, this surprisingly ate through a lot of my Pokeballs. Alright, let's talk to you. There we go. Okay, buy some Great Balls. What's the highest I can buy? Just 4. And I only have 4 Pokédollars left. Which, considering the Pokédollars are basically yen, that's a pretty piss poor amount of money I got left. Okay, back to Pirate Town. And let's run up to the Colosseum and see what we can do about that. And again, if you want any more training or anything like that, these guys will just refight you as many times as you wish. I think it was actually that way in XD as well. And they even kind of grew along with you. Like, they actually became stronger after certain story markers. Alright, yes, I would like to restore my Pokemon to full. Okay, back to full health, and let's quickly save. Okay. Actually, real quick, I'm gonna go ahead and deposit the Pokemon that I'm not gonna be using. So I am not gonna be using Slugma. So you can be put there. And I'm probably not going to be using Makuhita. If there's a fighting type, I have an idea what fighting type I want to use later. But do I actually want to use Fluffy? Things to consider. Again, if you guys want me to use any Pokemon, feel free to shout it out. Go in. Welcome to Pirate Colosseum. Are you here to register for entry? Love disc. And of course it tells me I can't do anything with the Colosseum right now. Maybe I need to go look around? Like, maybe there's... Don't give me that attitude. Yes, I did. I really did. Door is locked. So then what am I gonna... What do I need to do? Find Duking? Maybe? What's in here? The swim mill generates electricity for powering the Colosseum. It may look a little worse for wear, but it's still going strong. For 30 long years, I've spun these gears. What's with you, younglings? Do you want to spin the gears too? Sure. Not to disappoint you, but this isn't a job anyone just pick up. Give it another 20 years, then come back. Maybe there's something in the hotel? That was a good sleep. Slept through all of last week. Can go through and kind of snoop into people's rooms. It wasn't long ago when duking was the man to pirate. But right now, right out there, weird Mirror B and his stooges ride herd over the town. What's so special about that Mirror B? His hair! It's his fabulous hair! Okay, this room seems empty. Not even items in there. Not in here. Matter. Okay, tackle now! No, don't get confused! What do you say? Welcome to the Pirate Super Grand Hotel. Stay in one of our ultra gorgeous suites and you'll be refreshed like brand new. Your Pokemon too. Mere 100 pocket. I don't have money anymore. I think this is like the police station? No, it's just a random house. What do you say? You trying to sell me something? Well, sorry, I don't have anything. Please leave. What about you, old man? Let's come over duking. Okay, I think this might be the police station. Yes. Oh, whoa, I'm sorry, Chief, but there's trouble afoot. You see, Chief, there's talk about that thugs have been witnessed using strange Pokemon. Huh? Chief? You're not the Chief. I beg your pardon. I'm here, Johnson. That story isn't new. I've heard about it over and over already. Oh, Chief, there you are. You're such a kidder. I'm Johnson. I'm the law around here. It's my job to uphold the peace in this town. My name is Shells. I'm the chief of police in this town. Are you two travelers? I see. Well, whether or not it would be best if we were to get out of the town as soon as possible. This town's descended into a state of lawless chaos. I couldn't guarantee your safety if anything were to happen. We go back here, and I think there's... Yeah, Mirror B's two goons. They're just hanging out here. What? Not you two again. Listen, you have to promise. Don't tell Mirror B that we're hiding out here, okay? After we blew our last chance, we couldn't go back, so we turned ourselves in for stealing that truck, and here we are. If we stayed here, we'd be safe. Hehehe. Go in here and... come on. I want to talk to you! And you can't even open up the cells either. Run down here and... okay, nothing there. There's a fortune teller that's supposed to give you hints about where you're supposed to go, but I don't think I want to quite use that yet. Kind of want to run around a little bit and see if I can find anything else around here that might be worth looking into. Let's see, what's this? Name's Duking. I run the Colosseum here. If you want to enter a battle, go see the Colosseum's receptionist. Now, if you excuse me, I'm busy. I'm the lookout. Nobody's supposed to get by me. There's nothing special about this bookcase. Thanks for the hint, kid. That's why, Marcia, we gotta somehow snag them from those criminals. Ah, you startled me. How did you get in here? That's weird. My little brother is supposed to be on lookout. Are you Papa's friends? I'm Marcia. I'm pleased to meet you. But sorry, we're busy. We're talking about something that's quite important. Please come visit and play with us another time. My sister hasn't done anything but chatter. I'm so bored. I want to play house. Also, this is a sweet little hideout. Like, having your own personal cave waterfall and this kind of setup. It's actually kind of nice. I'm kind of jealous, actually. Dookie, how much more are you going to take from your B and his stooges? They're using you and the Colosseum. What's the matter with you? Have they sucked the spirit right out of you? So you just clam up. I've lost faith in you. That man that went out is Silva. He's Duking's friend. But he was really angry. His face looked all scary. Sorry, but I'm busy. You'll have to excuse me. So go out and let's see if we can find that Silva guy. See, nope. Maybe he's by the Colosseum? Or maybe right now the Colosseum is actually unlocked? Oh. Someone, there's trouble. Help me. Chief's inside. Silva came in. Oh, that Silva's gotten too far this time. He ripped out and ripped off one of the gears. The Colosseum's gonna be without power. Chief, are you alright? Yes, the only thing bruised is my pride. It was only Silva, but so I wasn't expecting any trouble. Huh? But isn't Silva Duking's trusted lieutenant? What's his motive for doing this? That's what I want to know. He was ranting about how the Colosseum can just shut down or something. Sorry to worry you, younglings. Thanks, I'll be fine now. But I need to ask for a favor. Will you hear me out? Sure. If the Colosseum loses power, the whole town suffers. I need you to find that gear Silva ran off with. I'm counting on you, younglings. Okay. So, gonna look around and see if we can find Silva. Door's locked, so not in there. Maybe they're up by the Colosseum? Let's talk to you. It's quite strange. The windmill came to a sudden stop a while ago. I say it that way. Say nope. What about you, big guy? Tell me you took it. I was supposed to win the knockout challenge this time. Okay. Nope, nothing there. Maybe in the Colosseum itself? No, but it does seem darker than usual. And okay, so the machine at least still works. The PC and the healing machine still at least work. So let's run down and see about Silva. Maybe... I wonder where he could be, actually. Maybe he's at Duking's house? What? Silva cut the power to the Colosseum? Let's see, headed to the hideout. Nothing. And okay, let's go out. Where is... Maybe left pirate? Let's just explore the construction site. Maybe there's something there? Oh, I see something shiny. Found the gear for the windmill. Somehow stuffed that into my pockets. Alright, back to pirate. Alright. Let's go ahead and return to this gear, and hopefully I can then finally do the Colosseum challenge. Maybe. Terribly sorry, Chief. You sure you're okay? Yep, I'm fine. There's no need for all the worrying. Good, that's good. But Silva, this is an outrage. No, I reckon he agonized over this and did it because he thought it right. Can't blame the man for that. Enough about that, Duking. Instead, I think you should look over there. What? You people? I reckon you might be saying thanks, Duking. That's the gear! You found it for us? What amazing luck! I'll ask you to excuse me for my behavior earlier. You seem to be people who are worthy of trust. Yeah, my sincere thanks. Alright, I'll get you to slot that gear snugly back into the gap where it belongs. Plot that back into place. All done, standing by, let it roll. Oh, 30 long years of cranking gears? Oh yeah. Haha, this is the way it ought to be. Things are fine now. I can tell you're a man of courage and honor. I have a favor to ask. Will you hear me out? Sure. I'm grateful. I want you to enter the next Colosseum battle. I need you to win the knockout challenge and find out what's going on there. I can tell from the glance that you're no ordinary trainer. I know you can win. I'm sorry, but help me. At long last, I can actually do freaking Colosseum challenge. The game keeps telling me, oh, go do the go do Colosseum challenge, go do Colosseum challenge. Yet it never allows me to do it. Alright. I'm gonna save and go in. Alright, checking to see. Okay. Quagsire and Bayleaf are both leads. And oh hey! Bayleaf learned their final move. Body Slam. Pretty good, honestly. Okay. I'll swap Bayleaf out for Espeon. Having one tanky Pokemon and one attacking focused Pokemon is usually the best route when it comes to double battles. Alright, enter the knockout rally. Entering with the Pokemon in my party right now. Yes. Okay, let's go in. Pirate Colosseum, Battle 1, and wow. These people are looking a little flat there. It's not going to be easy to get a winning streak going. Hunter Hawks is our first opponent. Sinzo, Barboach, and Sandshrew. Quagsire can just lower its heart gauge. I think its last move will be Surf. Alright. So I'm gonna Shadow Rush the Barboach and use Confusion on Sandshrew. Sandshrew does have pretty low special defense, so I think using Confusion on it is probably the smartest move. But then again, I could probably just swap out Espeon for Bayleaf. I do have Razor Leaf, which will be effective on both of these guys. Okay, hit itself in recoil. Use Poison Sting. I swear. Every time! Every freaking time! Why? Why do you do this to me, Quagsire? Why do you do this to me? Okay. It's fine. Shadow Rush Barboach, Confusion on Sandshrew. At least I think I heal. At least I'm healed at the start of every fight. So at least there's that going for it. Going for me. Quagsire wants to be a klutz. Quagsire craves the poison. And of course it goes into hyper mode, because of course. Alright, call Quagsire, Confusion on the Barboach. Okay, critical hit, pointless, but I welcome it. You still got a long, long way to go in Pirate Colosseum. If I'm not mistaken, I think there's like 3 fights in each Colosseum. Like 3 or 4. These generally aren't too long. Alright, planning to win it all? You know that's impossible. Chaser Tizzler. Again, what is with half these names? Okay, next up is Natu and Meditite. Okay. Okay, Quagsire should now have every single move outside of the one that Shadow Rush kind of takes spot in. Which means... Yes! Surf, let's do it! Alright, and Espeon, I'm actually going to swap you out... Or... No. Have you use Confusion on Meditite. That'll do neutral damage. Yeah, that did a fair amount. But, oh. I did not expect the walk out on hands thing. That was... No, ew. Okay, Meditite uses Confusion. Probably Quagsire if I... What was the thought process on that one? Seriously, what was the thought process on that one? Oh, whatever. Took out Meditite. Again, Surf is so broken. I love it. Alright, Surf and... let's do Return. Natu doesn't have very much physical defense. Yep. Even with my weak as heck physical attack, it still took out that Natu pretty easily. Oh wow, you're not half bad, you. Semi-final. Who's next? Who's next? You're trying to score an awesome Pokemon, aren't you? It's not gonna be easy. Bandana Guy Vilch would like to battle. Sends out Electric and Cacnea. Alright, question. Does that Electric have Intimidate? Is the question. No, it does not. It has Lightning Rod. Okay, good. Alright, what I'm gonna do is... let's Shadow Rush Electric. But then again, that Electric might also have Static for its ability. It's probably what it is. So instead, what I'm gonna do is, I think I'm gonna Surf and Confusion on Cacnea, since it's gonna resist that Surf. It's gonna Howl, which will boost his physical attack, which, unless this thing has Quick Attack, I don't see that being very useful. Surf's up. Okay, it did about half its health, that's good. Okay, Cacnea use Absorb. You're really gonna hurt Quagsire. Yeah. Alright. Do another Surf and Confusion on Cacnea, take it out. Okay, yeah, Electra did have Quick Attack. Did nothing to it. Take out the Cacnea, so now Absorb won't be an issue. Alright, next is Vulpix. Pretty underrated Pokemon for me. Which I know Ninetales became really overpowered in Gen 5 because of its hidden ability and all that stuff, but I still think Vulpix is kind of underrated, even in Generation 3. Alright, one more Surf, ought to just take out everybody, so... just to reduce any damage, let's do Reflect. Howl. And surfs up, yo. Down goes Electric. Talonflame was so busted in Gen 6 it got banned from tournaments. Yeah, it's always fun to kind of see the different Pokemon as well as the different moves and abilities that kind of got banned over time. Like, the fact that Vtube had to be banned from tournaments because of its hidden ability is kind of amazing to me. Alright, the finale, the final. If you could beat me, Master Mirabee could come calling for your services. Bodybuilder Mirez. Going all in on arm and chest day, never on leg day. Vtube getting bad kind of spurred on the whole Vtube is the true god of Pokemon meme. I know, and I love that meme so much. Alright, and strangely no music so far. Oh, there it is. Like, it took a while for the music to get going there. Alright, so I got a Bagon and a Goldeen. I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to... Actually, no, I want to keep Quagsire out just in case that Goldeen uses any water-type moves. So, we'll say, who didn't use B-Barrel as their HM slip? Yeah, I definitely use B-Barrel as my HM user. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to Shadow Rush this Bagon and then Confusion on the Goldeen. I think that's what I'm going to do. Okay, you're going to use Heart Attack. Didn't do a whole lot. Headbutt. Okay, Quagsire, as long as you don't flinch, thank you. Okay, about half the Bagon's health. That's good. Alright, next, let's Shadow Rush the Goldeen, and let's Confusion on the Bagon. But yeah, in terms of like HM users, yeah, B-Barrel is definitely the best of the bunch. Though, then again, there are some other options out there that are actually pretty good. Like Tropius is actually a pretty good HM user, as it can learn stuff like Strength, Fly, Defog, all that kind of stuff. And technically the best HM user is Smeargle. If you teach it Sketch and have it just copy HM moves, it can learn literally every HM under the sun, including Fly. Tropius you don't experience until late game though. Well, not exactly late game. You can get it as early as the Pastoria Marsh in Platinum. Alright, so now I have a Magnemite and a Delibird to deal with. So I think for this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to Surf and Espeon. I'm going to swap you out. Or, actually no, neither of these guys would be really that useful. So I'll just stick with Espeon, and I'll use Confusion on Delibird. Wow, you survived a hit, Delibird. Delibird is usually a pretty terrible Pokemon, but the fact that it actually withstood a hit from my Espeon is pretty impressive. I have to give you credit, Delibird. You exceeded my expectations there for a second. B-Barrel can learn almost every HM, which makes him super useful, especially since you can catch a Vtube on the first couple routes. Yeah. Plus, not to mention that after a certain point, B-Barrel will just appear on every single route in Sinnoh, except for the points where you go to Snow Point. Alright. So let's Surf once more, and not going to be very effective, but I'm going to use Confusion on the Magnemite. Oh. Or that can happen. That works too. I'm not complaining about random criticals. Alright, Present. I got the healing effect. That's the game basically saying there, this is your multi-2. Use it. Yeah. Alright. Oh, that's it. Yeah, it was pretty silent there for a bit. You're some kind of strong. Good things could be in store for you. Congratulations, you're the champion. You battled fabulously. Please accept your cash prize of $48.48. And as a victory prize, please also accept this TM06. That contains Toxic. We'll be looking forward to your next entry. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and teach that. Again, this is an emulator. I have no purpose for really trading anything. I might as well use this. Unfortunately, Shadow Pokemon cannot learn anything via TM, so I'm only going to be able to use this on Umbreon. But that's fine. Toxic is probably the best move for Umbreon anyway. Alright, and what do I want to forget for that? Secret Power. It's usually only attacking. If it reaches... I think Snatch might be my least useful move. Taunt at least has some applications. So yeah, let's go Snatch. And Umbreon learned Toxic. Alright, our heart gauge is almost empty. What about you, Bayleaf? Yours is also pretty close to empty, so I'm gonna put you two into the lead. And also, yes, you may re-challenge this as many times as you wish, and you will get different TMs for it, including, I think, the TM for Brick Break, I believe. So, pretty dang useful. And also, false advertising. You told me you would get a Pokemon. I clearly didn't get a Pokemon. Hi there, you must be the superb trainer who has emerged triumphant in our latest battle challenge. BRB, the town's true mover and shaker, wishes to have a gorgeous gift. Now, follow me. Okay, so it wasn't actually given by the tournament leaders themselves. Ooh, shiny binder. Right, I'm back with our latest challenge champion. Let's present our lucky winner with a shadow Pokemon to watch Chaos Unleashed. Oh, nice one. Our new champ is quite the appealing charmer. It makes a nice change from the parade of macho muscle man. Wait, this isn't happening. This guy, he's the West guy the Mirabee had been carrying on about. What? That same guy who messed with us in Fennec? God, I didn't know you. That when I let him in here, I'll boot you back out. Cypher Peon Nor. Oh, Nor. Sends out Yanma and Pineco. Alright, are either of these? Yes! Yanma is our shadow Pokemon. So Yanma is another Pokemon that definitely got better in later generations when it got its evolution of Yanmega. But Yanma still does have a few good uses to it. Namely, Protect Speed Boost is its best attribute. Being able to outspeed the competition and lay down a lot of good moves and good status inflictions can actually be pretty useful. But you do need to deal with the fact that Yanma is a pretty weak Pokemon otherwise. It has a horrible defensive type with Bug and Flying. It has almost no defenses, and its offensive stats are kind of on the middling side. But I don't know, if you want to use something that's really fast and just can do things in a flash, I guess Yanma is pretty good in that regard. But personally, I don't really care much for Yanma. Alright, let's go Shadow Rush on Yanma. Okay. recoil. Shadow Rush. Don't take it out. And also... okay, good. Okay, recoil. Surfs up. Hopefully this won't take any alpha. Okay, perfect. That's perfect catching range. Okay, Pineco takes quite a bit of damage. Nice. Okay, so it does have speed boost. It could also potentially have compound eyes, but yeah. Okay, where are my balls? There are my balls. Okay, Yama, gonna try and catch you. Bayleaf, let's have you body slam Pineco. Also, I just love that animation of like the hand coming out of the Pokeball as it grabs it. That's such a cool effect, and you only see that in Colosseum and XD. Okay, you're using Uproar. Constant Uproar. Body Slam! And that did like nothing to Pineco, but kind of expected that Pineco actually does have really great physical bulk. Okay, another speed boost. Let's make it an Uproar. Let's Shadow Rush Pineco. Bayleaf, let's use your turn to use Synthesis. Heal yourself up a little bit more. Okay, barely did anything. Nice. And down goes Pineco. And next up is Nincada. Let's make it an Uproar and... okay, I'm gonna surf on this turn, and Bayleaf, I'm gonna use this turn to try and catch that Yanma. One, two, three, got it. Next up is Surskit. Surf's up, yo. Hey, took it out one hit. Alright, Shadow Rush on Surskit. Shadow Rush on Surskit. Okay, use Foresight even though neither of us are Ghost type. Alright, down goes Surskit. Still surprised how you managed to win the tournament. Got 1320 for winning, making up all the money that I lost trying to buy balls. It's useless, I don't stand a chance of winning. Now hold it, you're the one who brought him here. Oh, you're safe. I heard you entered this building, it had me worried. Duking! This is where they were giving Shadow Pokemon to the winners of the battle challenges. Shadow Pokemon? Those ferocious Pokemon that even attack people? Yes, they're giving away Shadow Pokemon to thugs for some reason. Doesn't look good. They were using the Colosseum to do that? Pink Lady, my Papa. Papa's Pokemon was taken away by Mirror B as a prisoner. He did what? Mirror B used a dirty move like that? It's Papa's Plusle. I'm so worried they might be mean to it. It's humiliating. But with Plusle in their filthy hands, my own hands are tied. He's not getting away with this, that rotten Mirror B. But we're here now. We'll get Plusle back for you, right, Wes? Sure, if we have to. I do. I can always count on you, Wes. Duking is dangerous inside this building. You've got to get everyone out to safety. Thanks for everything. I have to depend on you. I have no choice. Be careful always. Mirabee might look like a clown, but his battling is all business. Pick up the shiny. Got an Ein file. Yeah, I'll go ahead and read it. Hyper mode. Shadow Pokemon, perhaps because of their own overwhelming power, may behave abnormally at times. They may engage in such behavior as ignoring orders or even turning on their own trainers in battle. This I have named Hyper mode. On the plus side, Hyper mode raises the critical ratio of Shadow Rush. However, Hyper mode also prevents the use of items on the Pokemon. Hyper mode is easily dispelled. Simply call the Pokemon by name. However, this method has a major drawback. Calling the Shadow Pokemon's name causes the closed door of its heart to loosen and even open. Further research is urgently needed. Shadow Pokemon Lab, Chief Ein. So yeah, we get a little bit more information about how Hyper mode works. Okay, it doesn't appear to open from this side. But I see the item and I want it! I want the thing! I want the thing! Fine, I'll walk around. What do you have to say? Too bad for you, this elevator's off limits. Chaser Kai. Okay, sends out a Phanpy and a Trampage. Oh, my two leads are gonna have a field day with you two. All right, and Bayleaf's heart gauge is actually completely empty now. So if I had the ability to purify it, I could, but I can't because that doesn't come up for a while. All right, Razor Leaf and Surf should take out both of these guys, no problem. All right, Surf's up. Oh, poor Phanpy. Actually, I have really fond memories of Phanpy. Phanpy was actually the very first shiny Pokemon I ever encountered as a kid. I encountered one when I was playing Leaf Green version. And I didn't even realize it was a shiny Phanpy at first. It looks so similar to a regular one, and I didn't realize it was a shiny. But I caught it anyway, and I've only found out later that it was a shiny. No matter what, this elevator's off limits. What do you think you're doing here? Roller Boy Pike. Sends out Tailo and Hoot Hoot. Send out my Quagsire and Bailey. And Quagsire's heart gauge is now completely empty. Sweet. Alright. Surf, and I'm gonna swap Bayleaf out. And I'm gonna send out... Yeah, let's send out an Umbreon. Okay, uses Focus Energy. You're using Wing Attack, which probably isn't gonna hurt at all. Yeah, that didn't hurt at all. Okay, Surf's up. Again, Surf is like broken in this game. I've pretty much relied on it for most of these battles that I've had since I've gotten it. Alright, but this turn, I think I'm gonna Shadow Rush the Hoot Hoot, and Umbreon, you can Bite Tail. Using Endeavor, which, yeah, reduces me down to the amount of HP you have. Okay. Bite. Down goes Taylor. Who uses Tackle. And Shadow Rush should take it out. Close. Really close. Alright, let's Surf and Bite Hoot Hoot. too strong for me. Okay, get 204 for winning. I'm no match. I must level up some more. Go ahead, restore my Pokemon to full. And really quick, Rui, could you get out of my way, please? Okay, first I'm gonna drop off my Yanma into the PC. Because again, I don't think I really want to use it, and I don't think any of you guys really voiced, hey, please use Yanma. I find it to be underrated in this game or anything like that. Okay, save. And let's continue on a little bit. I kind of want to reach a good story marker before I wrap up today. Pokemon are looking for the chance to get wild. Bandana Guy Geeks. Again, what are half of these names? Alright, so you're sending out Larvitar and Barboach. Ooh, my Bayleaf is gonna tear these things apart. As well as my Quacks are gonna tear that Larvitar apart. Right, Razor Leaf, go. Down goes Larvitar. And down goes Barboach. And the next is Carvanha. Wow, that did quite a bit of damage. I know Carvanha is pretty weak, but it's pretty weak defensively, but man, not that much. Critical hit. It's pointless, but again, I'll take it. I wanted to go wilder. Okay, get 512 for winning. My Pokemon doesn't look like though they've gone wild enough, but I'll let you off just this one, just this time. All right, more people to fight. Hunter Gear. Okay, you have a somewhat more normal name, even if it is still a little weird. Okay, you're sending out Remoraid and Magnemite. Okay, this, I'm gonna go Shadow Rush on the Magnemite and Razor Leaf. Hopefully, okay, almost took out the Remoraid, almost did. That did like nothing to the Magnemite, but I was kind of expecting that. And you're using Psybeam. How much is this guy's gonna hurt? Okay, not much. Okay, Shadow Rush. Did a good chunk of that Magnemite's health at the very least. Using Supersonic Racing. Try to keep your feet right on the ground. Alright, Shadow Rush on Magnemite and do Razor Leaf again. Because I at least want to take out that Remoraid. And plus, if Quagsire hurts himself in confusion, at least I can, or herself in confusion, I can at least say I did a little bit of damage. But, Quagsire. Can't we just talk for a second? Why do you do this? Just, why do you do this? I'm not even angry, I'm just genuinely confused. And I'm concerned. This happens all the time with you. Are you just working through some issues or something? Do you need help? Emergency! Mayday! Mayday! Okay, 528 for winning. Abnormality detected in friendly Pokemon. Alright, I'm gonna circle back around. I want to see if there's any items that's like up here or not. Vending machine is out of order. Okay, that answers that. Okay, nope. So I guess I'm good to kind of move on. So you can open up this and I can't sneak past this guy, get that item. Bandana guy Loba. Sends out Wingle and Whoopa. And man, I wish I could reach the heights that Whooper does. I mean, how can you smile and be so happy despite not having arms? Like, come on. How could you not love the little guy? Alright, so gonna Shadow Rush the Wingle, and I'm gonna go with Razor Leaf. Razor Leaf, go! And this should, yep, that one shot at Whooper. Sorry, little guy, I really do love you, but it had to be done. Shadow Rush on Wingle, and hopefully, yep, take it down. No problem. Man, this is actually a really powerful team up. I wasn't really expecting much from Bayleaf. I knew Quagsire was going to be really good, but I didn't expect Bayleaf to be performing so well. Like, pretty much as soon as I unlocked Razor Leaf, it actually became pretty good. Huh. My opinion of Bayleaf is actually rising. Okay, obtain 5 Great Balls. Good, I needed more Pokeballs anyway. Alright, back up, and let's go down and around. You're like a bug Pokemon drawn to a candle. I'm going with these Pokemon. Bodybuilder Ackman. You're sending out Electrite and a Voltorb. So 2 pretty fast electric types. Well, thankfully I'm sending out Pokemon that's resistant to it and one that's completely immune. Alright, Surf and Razor Leaf. Attack both opponents at the same time. Okay, did practically nothing. Using Sonic Boom, that's definitely gonna do some damage. Yeah. 20 HP this early on is still pretty dang devastating. Okay, critical hit, not bad. And what about Voltorb? Decent amount. Okay, Surf. Critical hit on the... That Electric is not having a good day at all. We got critical twice in a row. Alright, Shadow Rush on Voltorb, and yeah, let's go Razor Leaf. Okay, it's using Charge. So it completely wasted its turn, it's going down. Good night. It wasn't good enough, this is the dilemma. No glory for the fallen. I'm crushed. Alright. I think I'll go ahead and swap in our 2 OG guys. I feel like I've been using Quagsire and Bayleaf a little too much. Especially Quagsire. I feel like I've been using her a little too much. How we get some? I didn't catch that. Ryder Rayleigh. Or Raleigh? Rayleigh? I don't know. Let's see, you're sending out Doduo and Ladybug. Okay. So for this, Toxic is better for boss fights, so probably don't want to use that. I wonder what secret power does in this room. I'll use that on Ladybug. And Espeon, you can use Confusion on Doduo. Almost took it out. You're using Rage, a move that was super broken back in the day, but now it's kind of pathetically weak. Okay, Secret Power, what do you do in this environment? Absolutely nothing. Three damage. Well, I guess that's what happens when you have, like, what? 10 attack? 10 base physical attack? I don't know. The only thing that's actually good about Ladybug is its special defense. That's like the only actual good thing about Ladybug that I can think of. Okay, so I'm gonna bite Ladybug and use Confusion on Doduo. Okay, next is Swablu. You're using Supersonic and it misses, as it should. I feel like the computer players always hit when it comes to the super inaccurate moves. No matter what, if it's Supersonic, if it's Gnosis, if it's Will-O-Wisp, it always hits even though it has really low accuracy. Bite Swablu. It's probably because, yeah, it's gonna survive. Swablu is pretty bulky. But it does flinch. At least I'll take that. Okay, Confusion and Bite should take it out. No problem. Bite. Take a good chomp out of the little guy. Our little girl. Dropped in the dirt. 320 for winning. Only lost because I didn't have a shadow Pokemon this time. Sure. See, that's the way we came in. So I need to continue down this hallway. The Pokemon are solid troopers. Check them out. Hunter Tura. And we're right back into the silly names again. Feel and Snorunt. Maybe Bayleaf actually would have been a decent choice, at least to defeat the Spheal. Spheal is actually pretty bulky. I actually really like Spheal. Like, not only because it's an adorable design and I saw a kind of beanbag chair thing that's like really big and I want one. I really want one. But also it's just a pretty good Pokemon. Really the only bad thing about it is that it learns almost no water type moves leveling up. Which made my playthrough of XD when I used feel really tough, but still. I love this thing. Alright, Bite Snorunt. Snorunt is pretty weak, so I'm gonna go all in on damage with Espeon and go at Spheal. Yeah, it took a Confusion pretty well. Wow, Snorunt, you actually did better at surviving that than I thought you would. Why'd you bite your Umbreon? Espeon is right there. Okay, Powder Snow, that's gonna lower speed, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's a move that hits both opponents in a double battle. And, well, it's supposed to be able to lower your speed, but that clearly didn't happen. Okay, I'm not complaining. Confusion to take out that Snorunt. hopefully Bite will take out the Spiel. No, not quite. Close though. Oh, Flinch, nice. Alright, yeah, let's go ahead and use Secret Power. I've been using Bite every single turn. Okay, Confusion. Plus, it's not gonna matter much. Espeon took it out. Oh, it looks so sad. Oh, now I'm feeling guilty. Okay, level 30 for Espeon and something Swift. That 60 power never misses. That actually might be handy. I'm pretty much never gonna use Helping Hand. I might as well teach it. Even though this is probably the only game where Helping Hand would actually be a good choice, would be a good move to keep on. Since every battle in this is a double battle. Okay, so run through here, and is there anything in this room worth looking at? It's apparently difficult books. Okay, nothing there. What about here? Is there... Yep, there's an item. Got a revive. Not bad, not bad. Right, next. My Pokemon can dance with elegance even at a dump like this. Hunter Tati. Okay, Horsey and Oddish. Espeon should be able to take out that Oddish no problem. Horsey may take an... It may take two turns, but I think I can take it out no problem. By Horsey and Confusion on Oddish. Smack it right in the face with my psychic power. Umbreon, you're so close to leveling up. Come on. Okay. Bite. Yeah, I knew it would take more. Dragon Dance. Okay. Raises attack and speed, but Horsey doesn't exactly have good physical moves to really take advantage of that. The speed is about the only good thing about it. About that move. At least for Horsey specifically. Light Change True, and let's use... Actually, no. Umbreon, just go ahead and finish out that Horsey, and Espeon, take out the Change True. Now go the Change True. Level 29 for Umbreon. Okay, you're using Flail. It's probably not going to do a whole lot. Well, it actually did do a decent amount of damage. Okay. Alright. Down goes Horsey. Horsey fainted. Dancing alone doesn't win any battles. Okay, get 5-12 for winning. The end is always so cruelly pitiless. Oh, whoa. Right, come in here, and you are really buff, lady. Now, what compels someone like you to just come here just for the sake of getting thrashed by me? Bodybuilder LED? ELID? LED? I don't know, okay? I genuinely don't know how to pronounce half these names. What is with Colosseum even having like the weirdest names ever made? She is really buff, yeah. Confusion on the Tentacle. Even the Tentacle has surprisingly good special defense. Like, I actually consider the Tentacle family to be pretty dang underrated because of how insanely bulky it is. Like, don't underestimate really common Pokemon. That can sometimes be really dang good. At that point... Okay, you're using Feint Attack. Just rolling out like that. That was really funny. Okay. Bite, Cacnea, and I'm gonna take out the Chemical, even though Espeon is probably gonna go down in this turn. Unless Cacnea flinches after a bite. Okay. Crit or flinch, whichever one. Please, 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 please. I don't want Espeon to go down. Thank you! Hit it! And down goes the Cacnea. He turned his out, it pulls on me! Okay, gets 792 for winning. Done in. How? What blind spot did you exploit? I didn't really exploit a blind spot. I just spammed the heck out of really powerful moves because, well, look at me. I got a really powerful psychic type on my side. All right. I'm gonna take this opportunity to heal up some of my Pokemon. And Super Potion on Espeon. Okay, that should be good. Let's move on. Get through the door. Thank you. And we are on the rooftop. Just captured an intruder. Go inside that building and provide assistance. Do I want to go back down and save? I probably should. Okay, run. All the way back down. Hopefully you can gain access to that PC that's on the bottom floor. Maybe. Okay. Up and around and down. And I guess I didn't really need to waste the potions if I could have just healed down here. Hindsight 2020. Hindsight 2020. All right, save real quick. 10 snacked Pokemon. So we're making pretty good progress in terms of the snagging part of the game. Because again, I think there's like probably not 30, but closer to 40 obtainable Pokemon in this game. So making pretty good progress on that. All right, right past the bodybuilder. And up. And in here. Darling, aren't you one of Duking's people? What made you think you could simply waltz in here? Such a silly boy. Where's Mayor B? I'm taking him down! Take him down after the beating you took? That's too funny. You wait. I'm gonna drive all of you out of this town! Oh, such a spicy boy. Don't tell me we have to take your Pokemon hostage to make you settle down, like we did with Duking. What? Oh, we seem to be getting a lot of unexpected company today, but that's no excuse for being a bad host. Near BP on Reef. Sends out a Remoraid and a Spinarak. And go out Umbreon and Espeon. And I'm just gonna assume Shadow Pokemon. Yep. Remoraid. I'm gonna be brutally honest. Don't use Remoraid. Not because it's a bad Pokemon. It does evolve into a decent Pokemon with Octillery, which has a lot of which has a very diverse move pool and even pretty much exclusive access to the move Octazooka. But the reason you don't want to use it is, look at that. It's level 20. You started the game with level 26 stuff. Most of the Shadow Pokemon I've been capturing are level 30. Don't use this thing. It's too weak to fight anything at this point. It's just gonna be baggage for most of the time it's a shadow Pokemon. Just don't use it, unless you want a challenge. But okay. For this, what I want to do is Secret Power probably won't take out Remoraid. Espeon, use Confusion on Spinarak, take it out. Speed and High Love Disc. Thank goodness you're not usable in this game. Suntego 2B necklaces. Nice. And good. Frame rate didn't go down. I was correct to use Secret Power. Alright. Umbreon, I'm going to use your turn to throw a Great Ball and hopefully catch that Remoraid. Remoraid is pretty easy to catch, so should be okay. Let's start chucking balls. One, two, three. Got it. All right, love this. You use agility, which is literally the only thing that you're good for, even though you already have good speed and have a ability that boosts your speed and range. Love this is so terrible. Pretty much the only purpose for Leftis existing is to have an easy way of getting heart scales. Which even then, it's not useful in this game at all. Heart scales don't exist in this game, and there's no move reminder that uses heart scales. So it is by and large the most useless Pokemon in the game. How did that happen? Unbelievable. Okay, 660 for winning. My Pokemon couldn't muster a thing. You're no ordinary trainer. Yeah, you couldn't muster a thing. You were literally using a level 20 against me. Were you hired by Dookie as his bodyguards? Let me warn you, if you mess with us, you better be prepared for the consequences. Mirpion Firma. Sends out Mantine and Apom. Go forth Umbreon and Espeon. And it's one of them is a Shadow Pokemon. Mantine! So, the biggest hurdle with Mantine right off the bat is the fact that this thing is insanely hard to catch. Like, I'm talking this has the same catch rate as several legendary Pokemon. Have fun trying to catch this thing. But okay, aside from that, Mantine is actually a pretty solid Pokemon. Water Flying is an excellent type, boasting a lot of good resistances and immunity to ground. Just watch out for any electric type moves. And it also has amazing special defense. Like, this thing is a good wall to use. And it also has pretty good special attack to boot. I guess if I did have to pick problems is that aside from just how hard to catch it is, it doesn't exactly get many good water type moves. Again, there's no Surf HM and it doesn't come knowing Surf. It just has Bubble Beam to start. By the way, I'm currently grinding multiple things with a single mission in Super Dragon Ball Heroes World mission. Oh, nice. Alright, so let's do... I'm gonna bite Apom, and Mantine, I think, can take a hit from a Confusion. Again, Mantine has really good special defense, so I think it can take a hit from Espeon. Oh! Yeah, I can really take a hit from Espeon. Wow, that is like almost nothing. Okay. Yep, you're using Bubble Beam. Oh, this did quite a bit, actually. Okay. Secret power. I'm gonna switch Espeon out, and I'm gonna send in my Quagsire to be so it's at least so I send out at least something that's immune to that Bubble Beam. Okay, you're using Astonish. Okay, good thing I made the smart move of switching out. Bubble Beam, haha, healed up. Again, Water Absorb surprisingly comes in handy more often than you may think. Granting XP, camaraderie, items, money, got to take your wishes with the Super Shenron. Ah, okay. Alright, yeah, let's use Secret Power again against Mantine, and I think Mantine might have Water Absorb. That's another point towards Mantine, is that it has Water Absorb just like Quagsire does. In fact, if it wasn't for the fact that Quagsire just has such an excellent type with Earthquake, as well as the fact that it comes with Surf, I probably actually would have gone with Mantine as my water type, if I'm being honest. Because it's surprisingly really good in this game. Hurt yourself in your confusion, because that's just kind of how you bend, Quagsire. You just kind of bend like that the entire game. And, okay. Gonna bite Mantine, and then Shadow Rush AOMAterial. Okay. Hopefully don't flinch. You're using Takedown. Thankfully you missed, so you don't have to worry about recoil stuff. And Quagsire, please attack. Thank you. Almost took out AOMAterial. Almost. Alright, so I think now what I'm gonna do is Umbreon, I'm gonna take this turn to throw the Great Ball at Mantine, trying to catch this thing. Doing custom ranked mission with the game that gives me a guaranteed 300 XP for killing something with 100 health. So basically you're just doing a quick basically you're just gonna go in and just basically slaughter everything with your power. Alright, Shadow Rush on AOMAterial so I can take it out. Yo, I don't know how this is gonna turn out. This is probably the first Pokemon that I think I'm gonna fail at snagging. Uno, dos, tres. Oh, first try. Nice, nice. Alright. Alright, Quagsire is confused. Because of course. Alright, Bite AOMAterial and Quagsire are gonna go ahead and swap you out. And in exchange, I'm gonna send out Bayleaf. I could be classy and send out the Mantine against her. I could be real classy with that, but I kinda wanna stick to my regular team for this one. Mission also gives Super Dragon Balls guaranteed. Nice. Okay, you're using Astonish. Even with Helping Hand, that did like nothing. Alright. And down goes AOMAterial. Also gives Terra items, best items in the game, and blue and gold gacha cards. Nice. Okay, Yanma. Do I want to swap up Bayleaf for this? I might need to. Okay. I'm gonna bite Yanma and Bayleaf. Yeah, let's Shadow Rush the Yanma. Try and take it out as quickly as possible. Because I'm more afraid of that Yanma than I am of Furret. Wow, the pixel aliasing on that shadow did not look great at all. Again, it's like the 2004 GameCube game. I shouldn't criticize it too much for its graphics, but man, sometimes those shadows did not. But man, some of these visuals did not age well. Takes about 20 seconds to do this mission. Hooray for endless grinding. All right, bite Yama to finish it off, and let's do Razor Leaf. Yeah, Razor Leaf sounds good. Okay, so using Sonic Boom. Sonic Boom, Sonic Boom, Sonic. Trouble keeps you motion. Okay, Yama goes down. Which just leaves the Furret. And by the way, something I forgot to mention about Furret back when I was giving its bio. Make sure its ability is not Runaway. Why? Runaway does absolutely nothing in Colosseum NXT. There's no wild Pokemon encounters. Every single Pokemon battle in this game is a trainer battle, meaning it has the worst ever. Meaning it has absolutely no effect in battle whatsoever. Catch rates in Colosseum were modified. Mantine's catch rate was increased to 90, same as Quagsire and many other Pokemon in the game. Lowest catch rate is 10 on Tyranitar, which was decreased from the original 45. Oh, okay. That explains why I caught Mantine so easily. Okay. Also, this Furret is really dang sturdy. It's been taking a beating from me pretty well. All right, down goes Furret. Here. Level 30. Trying to do Confuse Ray. Yeah. You know what? Screw taunts. I'll take Confuse Ray. That's good. I'll take it. What just happened? Unbelievable too. Breathe. Let's make ourselves scarce for the time being. Righto from a Ultra Super Fire Dash. Man, I wish I had that running speed. Ow. Thank you. You saved me. Do you people know Dookie? Okay, I'm a fool. I didn't know what was happening at all. They taken Dookie's Pokemon hostage. How could he do something so downright dirty? That's why we're here. We came to rescue Plusle. I'm going to. Ow. Not in your condition. You'll have to wait here. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. We meet again, kiddies. BRB, you cowardly cheat. Cowardly cheat? That's so not true. Taking a hostage is perfectly fine as a bargaining tactic. You call that a tactic? Plusle battery, okay. Oh, the darling couldn't be any safer if it tried. I'm sure he'll come to adore me before too much longer. You gotta be kidding me. Where is it? Give it back. Oh. No running or hiding for me. Come to the cave. That's where I'll be. I'll be waiting for you, my pretties. Oh. I got creamed by the guy who was guarding the cave's entrance. Be careful when you go to the cave. Sentinel is tough. You run over here. There's a shiny folder. Another Iron File. Iron File S is written on the file's cover. Shadow Pokemon. A Shadow Pokemon is a Pokemon that has been made into a fighting machine by artificially shutting the door to its heart. What we didn't know is that the Shadow Pokemon exuded dark aura that can't normally be seen by the human eye. Unfortunately, a girl with the ability to see this dark aura has been discovered. This is a major problem. The girl could become a huge obstacle for our Shadow Pokemon plan. A solution to this threat is urgently needed. Shadow Pokemon Labs, Chief Ein. So for story stuff, we just need to go out there and into the cave. But if we go downstairs, we have an elevator that'll take us straight down to the basement, down to the ground floor. Meaning we can heal, do anything that we need to do. As well as, unlock this? If I can open, there we go. Get 3 Hyper Potions for that. Nice. Okay, unlock that, and wait, I want to go back. Can't open from this side. So you have to walk all the way through again if you want to go back. Yeah, it's kind of annoying. I will admit. But okay, yeah. I think with that, I think that's a good stopping point. So next time on Pokemon Colosseum. Gosh, it feels weird to say a title with only 2 words in it after so long. Anyways, next time on Pokemon Colosseum, we go up and face Mirror B to get Duki's Plusle back. So, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed that. And just as a quick refresher, Friday will be more Skyward Sword. We'll be doing some Gratitude Crystal hunting. And there's not going to be any Saturday stream. I decided to take the day off and just spend time with my family. So, thank you so much for watching. Stay safe out there, and y'all have a good rest of your day. This is Chronofahx, signing out.